do the trick.
Yeah. All right. Please don't die on me. All right. So, last time we were together, we had been teleported to a ship, or close to a ship, and was told to get out of Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
Just doesn't appear like it's reacting when you're speaking, so I didn't know.
It is.
Me?
Everybody's raising up a little bit.
Yeah, you can't see the screen's a little dark, but yeah, it's going up and down.
Yeah, I mean, it's right in my face, so I would assume that it's doing it. Me. Oh, yeah, I'm going up a little. Let me get my papers out. Alright, so, first off, we started off by the ship in which Vale told you all that it's probably a good idea to get out of Dodge now, because...
I don't believe that's the name of the town we were in.
So sorry.
I'm just saying.
You were in, Agstall, I believe.
A lot like Dodge.
But,
Easy to confuse.
told you all that we needed to get out because the cover's been blown, because you all had decided to go in and fight one of the stronger wizard / sorcerers that you don't know, person of magic being. And that is where we left off.
So we're on the ship, or we're still
You were
like-
on the ship.
Okay. So we're out of Dodge.
No, he told you all day to get out. Who knew it was going to happen? So, with that, you're tired. You all are now back on the ship with Nobu.
Umatsu?
Yes. Hey, that's why I named him. But you are now back on the ship with him, and they are setting sail back over to Druness. And if you need the map, I will give you my map, by the way. But he kind of is sitting there staring at you all, just quietly contemplating how much he is just so ticked off at you. Change the wording there for just a split second. And goes, "What were you thinking?"
I'll walk up to him and put my arm around him, like, Vale. Look.
And that's how he responds.
No! I'm tired. And be like, Vale, look. I don't know who any of these people are. I've only met them, like, a week ago. And I'll point over at Shifra and be like, look, that one did some, like, mind powers on me and made me do things against my will. Look, they made me put that stuff in your room. Look, me and you are cool and all, but, like, watch out for them. There's some shady individuals.
You want to roll a performance or deception for me?
Oh, we're gonna do this. 17. 23.
That is pretty high.
That's a low roll. What are you talking about?
Well, mine's a lot lower.
Yeah. I mean, what do we expect?
This poor guy.
Seeing some of the reactions that he's had with you all, like, already, when you look over at her and he realizes that she was a little naive in the bar and whatnot, and it's just kind of like, look.
I'll lean over to him like, that's the mastermind right there.
It's like, look, you don't know what you stepped into in there. I believe you.
I look down at my shoe. I didn't step down in nothing.
It's like, I believe you. But you have to understand.
And like I sit there for a second, like,
You do?
you do?
It's like, you have to understand what you have now put yourself into. It's like, I will answer any questions that you have on our way back to Druness, which will take about 4 days to get to.
Any question?
As best as I can. And kind of gives you a look. But just know that now that you've entered yourself into this situation, it's going to be very difficult to get out of it.
Well, just to let you know, we had it, and you showed up.
I'm sure you did. And then he looks at the rest of you, and what do you want to know?
I'm just gonna start cleaning my gun. I have no questions. I already know all my own answers.
And yours is pronounced Coden, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't remember. Did he tell us her name?
Yes, Mara.
Soft.
Jade?
That's where I was going. There you go.
I went the Destiny route. Go somewhere else.
Isn't that I don't have
Or
time to
again?
explain, girl? Isn't that I don't have time to explain? No, which one's that?
That's
The mysterious stranger.
Yes.
Which we actually know her name now. It's
Because the new Beyond
Right.
Light. Oh, okay. I just always don't have time to explain, girl. What I always think of her as.
I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
Exactly.
explained it to me in less time. That took you to form that
We're in trouble. Go.
So who's this Mara chick?
Someone who has made a pact to become one of the most powerful wizards on this continent.
Wouldn't that make her a warlock? If she made a pact?
Just saying.
Does your character say that?
No.
Oh,
That would have been pretty fun.
She was
That
once
version?
a wizard from our school
Yeah.
and was kicked out due to her studies in necromancy.
That really answers that question. Act. Necromancy. I feel like we're being steered down a path here.
so she's a better wizard than you?
Oh, actually, I think it was charging.
That's real hard to do.
His ears immediately go back. By the way, he's half tabaxi. Since,
Oh, we made every cat pun.
yeah.
Cat burglar.
Just as an FYI, since you've never seen this person before. You're still the mouse, by the way, just to let you know.
Just hanging out on somebody's shoulder.
Yeah. But
Hanging on the strap of my bag of holding.
All right, yeah. Just hang it out.
this is a half tabaxi individual, and for you being from New Harmony, you would recognize that he has the school uniform on. So
We also have a spare school uniform as well that we took from him.
You can imagine how that went.
it's so define what you would call a better wizard. In my book, that makes her not a wizard at all for studying necromancy.
Maybe we should ask our other friend from your school. Maybe he knows.
Ah, yes, about that.
I don't recall that series of events.
I'll look over. I'll look over at Vale and be like, "I told you,
These people are crazy.
mind powers."
Charging.
This is charging. Get out of here. Don't touch my computer.
His tablet's not.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah.
It's not the brick, it's probably the cable.
So,
Micro.
Micro or USB-C?
Micro.
I believe I do not have a micro.
I'll keep fighting with it.
while I don't care if you say you're from the school or not, I would suggest learning some acting skills if you're going to at least pretend to be from that school.
What school?
You know what I'm talking about.
I cannot recall.
You literally said something in the bar about being from the school.
Went to a lot of schools. You're gonna have to be way more specific.
He gives this exasperated sigh and goes back over to the tiefling. It's like, look,
From behind, I'd be like, thumbs up.
it's like, look, I don't care where you all have come from. I don't care what you all have done.
As long as we love you.
Yes. I like that.
Did your character say
Every
that?
little thing that you've said and
Sure,
done.
yes.
Okay.
He told you mind powers.
It's like, you will now be first on her radar. And I guarantee you, if you see her again, it will not be a fun fight for how, no offense, weak you are at the moment.
I kind of just huff. Like,
I seem to recall you running from the guards.
I was there for that.
Well, unfortunately, guards put a little damper on what I was doing, but you all finished the job,
But
so
I
that's
thought
okay.
wizards were supposed to be like, ooh, all powerful, and you ran?
Like a scaredy cat.
With your tail between your legs.
The room gets a little colder, and you all can see that he's starting to get a little ticked off at you all. But at that moment, the captain comes down into where you all are sitting and tells you that you all are on schedule, and it's going to take another 3 days to get there, and food will be in a couple of hours. I'll murder you.
Squeak.
Squeaker, squeak.
Does Vale's ears perk up when he does a squeak?
Oh, God.
That's racist.
It's not that kind of cat.
You don't know that.
That's true. I don't know that.
You
maybe.
didn't make him, so I guess technically you would know his backstory, but you don't know that.
He kind of calms down a little bit and says, listen,
Linda.
where I'm from, we have a group. And we are working diligently to find out what it is that her cult is attempting to do and attempting to find. And now that you've already forced yourself into this situation, I would suggest coming with me and at least hearing out what we have to say and what we do here.
I can already tell you what she's up to. Some wizard you are. She's obviously trying to summon the goddess of flesh.
Obviously.
Yes, but what does that entail?
Flesh. And summoning.
You said tail. You have a tail too.
He puts his head on the table. He's like, I'm not going to get anywhere with any of these people. Look, let's just keep our separate ways.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, you people.
Squeak.
Why does your mouse keep making noises?
I'll talk about the mouse like that.
He's not.
Where are
just a
you
mouse.
from where mouses don't make squeak noises, Vale?
Come on.
They don't do it in a intelligent manner.
Yeah, they do.
I'll figure it out.
At the school.
Why are you dogging on mice for, Vale?
I think it will be best for us to keep our separate ways on this boat.
Dog! Where?
We all look over.
By the way,
It's
Alex,
all a
we
ruse.
found that his character is terrified of dogs, wolves, anything like that.
Any
because-
canine.
Any canines.
And I convinced
Yeah.
I convinced him that werewolves don't attack you if you stand still.
They can't
Like
see.
you don't move. They can't sense you. But we never had to put it to the test.
It's like Dr. Malcolm from the T-Rex, from Jurassic Park and the T-Rex.
He gets up and walks away from the table, mumbling to himself the whole time that he isn't not coming back here for the rest of this trip. So unless you have any questions for him, you all will make your way back to Drewness with no problems.
Darnassus?
Darnassus, yes.
The dark elves there?
So, no questions?
Is he far enough
I
away?
don't think
Yes.
so.
He would.
I hate that guy.
That guy sucks.
Squeak.
He seems nice.
He's got pretty fur.
You're a cat person, eh?
Siobhan is.
I mean, it's not a canine, so.
Exactly.
All right.
I walk over to Conan and I'm like, there's something up with that mouse. Like,
You don't remember the mouse?
She wouldn't
I
have.
wasn't there.
Oh. Cantor. You might want to let her know what's going on at some point.
You might want to get off his shoulder, though.
Because he just Tantor just shake his little mouse head.
You want me just to trace your tongue?
Perplexed.
All
I
right.
just slowly back away and do the thumbs.
Don't worry about the mouse. Let the mouse worry about you.
Let the mouse worry about you.
That's a pretty deep metaphor. Maybe you do. Maybe you do have book knowledge.
That's right.
Just enough unlight. But I used my tail to point at her.
All right. So you all make your way to Druness. You do not see hide nor hair of Vale unless you actually go out and search him.
Well, and my character kind of was not happy about being interrupted in that fight because I would have assumed we would have had her, but I don't really like wizards. I don't think they're anything special. I'm just a fighter, so it's like I lived a military life, and I would assume I think that strength is more important than anything. So I'm just kind of miffed that that whole fight got stopped, and we're listening and following a wizard cat thing and.
Lizard cat thing.
Wizard cat thing.
I thought you said lizard cat
No.
thing. It's like there was no answer or no like mention of a lizard. Thank you very much.
It's a lizard cat.
Lizard
You
cat.
just don't know it yet. The
got
fur hides the
scales.
scales.
All right. So you all make it back to Druness. And
Do you hear Vale?
I do.
you bully too much. So as the boat is getting ready to dock and everything is starting to, get ready to get off the boat, you do see Vale pop back up, and he kind of just gives you all this glare of like, if you're going to come with me, I suggest you work fast. And he does not say another word to you as he walks off the boat.
I'll follow him. Sure. I'll follow him.
Okay? Well,
So
you have no choice, yeah. So
So we just came to this town, right? We landed. So.
We've been doing it.
Oh, okay. That's Coliseum. What was it? Our conditions to getting money again was that we brought another werewolf back.
Yeah.
Right? Which we didn't do so. As far as we know, there's only 2 werewolves on that island. The husband and
yes,
wife.
and you
so.
succeeded in bringing one back home. So
Mara killed all the others in her cult.
Well, those are humans as far as we know.
As far as we know.
as
But,
far as you know.
yeah.
Well, no, we let him free.
Let them free, but I also have a nice stack of their teeth in my pocket.
Because that's not weird.
Nope, not at all.
Well, those humans specifically
Make it-
at the summoning were all like one shot.
Yeah.
So they're dead. But or whatever they were.
Well, because she summoned meteors or comets or.
Yeah.
She summoned death.
She summoned bad things.
She had a black materia. It was a bad time.
Yeah. Had that little one wing.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. So he starts walking. And he takes you to a little random magic shop.
Okay.
Actually, where'd the mouse go?
It's right here.
Weird.
A magic shop?
Yes.
Yeah, that's-
Mouse right there.
When we open the doors, there a portly, well-colored individual inside.
I was going
I
to
never
ask you if
ca- I
you'd
never
like for him
pictured
to
him as
be in this
portly.
world.
Oh, he was portly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was
He's
Yeah.
kind of like the Sultan from Aladdin,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
except multicolored clothes.
You're a little bit taller, though, I think, right? You're kind of. Hafiz was like a little bit taller. No?
He was a little man.
Okay.
He was like the Sultan from Aladdin, but multicolored.
Okay.
Okay.
I pictured him more as like the genie in the opening scene where he's like trying to sell the lamp and the other stuff.
Hello, my friends.
It's not ordinary them.
It won't break. It broke.
If you would like for him to be in here, you absolutely
I
can.
mean, it's
So it takes you all
Sure,
to a
sure.
magic shop. He would be a traveling merchant. So,
Yeah. Time traveling merchant.
this is the shop that it looks like. So it's a little round shop that's in there. You don't see the extra part, but there's no way to hide it in this program. So there's potions and scrolls and all sorts of stuff. It smells like an absolute rainbow blossom, if you will, in here. And there is a red tiefling on the other side of the table. And as soon as you all walk in with Vale, he's like, one of my finest customers. Oh, and you've brought some friends. And he looks straight at you. And
I like look behind.
he's kind of looking
You
at
look
you.
straight and like right at my neck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, do you have a problem?
He's kind of looking at you, and he's just like, you seem quite familiar.
Red and blue.
Did you look at a mirror today?
Are you
I
elephant
am
or
of a
mouse?
reddish
No,
color,
I'm still
thank you.
It's giving it a squeak, squeak, squeaking, squeak, squeaking.
What color is your skin?
I'm flesh color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure I wouldn't fit in this place.
I'll
Do I
Yeah, probably not.
do I recognize this person?
No.
Siobhan goes, do you know each other? Because you're both tieflings.
Siobhan, that's racist.
That's racist.
Squeak squeaking.
Who's keeping
I just
count?
put my head down. I'm gonna have some fun with you.
Oh, I think that might be my sandwich. Thought I heard you.
Nothing's picked up on the ring yet.
Oh, I thought I heard doorbell.
My Grubhub says they're still delivering my order.
Apparently, I didn't write down what your nickname was.
Potato wedge.
Huh?
Yeah, make it up.
Coming there.
No,
Okay.
because he wrote his backstory. I'm not making up his backstory.
I'm so worried.
Because you parked at the edge of the driveway, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. Then no, nobody's good.
Okay.
What was the nickname that you had for her?
Her or the sword?
Her. So I thought you had mentioned in your backstory.
The Sea Devil.
That's it. Okay. I'm going to write that in the book.
Because the sword's Carmella.
Yeah.
Right
You
now.
need the color of the fingers? What color-
I forget where I got
You want
Carmella
each finger
from.
to be different? Okay, what do you start?
I probably took it from the Castlevania Carmella.
Okay.
Oh, my thumb?
I thought I had that written down in my fancy little book of knowledge. Apparently not.
Home of
So,
knowledge.
but he kind of like still looking at you, and then he shakes his finger. He's like, "Has the great sea devil entered my domain?"
Yes, it does. Come back so I can tell you.
I just sound like. So you've heard of me?
It means you're good.
Who hasn't heard of the great tiefling who roams the seas?
Would you like an autograph?
Oh, we don't need those types of things here, dear. So it appears that all of you have come into my shop. What can I help you with?
I'll just start picking stuff up, like looking at it, jotting stuff down, like a little book real quick.
Please be careful with those, dear.
Ah, yeah, okay. Opening pocket. Put it back up.
Vale just ignores all of you and says that we need a trip to Barora, if you don't mind.
Borealis.
And I would please make it quick. And he kind of looks over Vale and he's like, "You do know the price for using one of my teleporters, don't you?" It's like, "Yes, I will get it to you post haste, but I would like to get there momentarily." So he kind of goes up to the wall and he kind of, as he's writing on the wall, it starts to show like a little red light that follows his fingertips. And the door kind of, well, the wall kind of opens up like a door. And on the other side, you can see is like a storage room. And as he snaps his fingers, a little teleporter pops up.
Nice.
That's a neat trick.
It does come in handy once or twice.
How
big is
what
it?
power's that?
It's pretty big. It's like the whole thickness of that back wall.
Okay.
So even a elephant could fit through there if need
You
be.
like a arcane core powering that thing, or like
Hey, Vale, can you do stuff like that?
no, he sucks.
Your payment will be with you momentarily.
I bet Mara could do that.
I bet you could. Pretty easy.
Into it! Into the teleporter, please! Just get into the teleporter.
How does this thing affect mice? It's important information. My little friend here.
It doesn't. It teleports all that is on your person.
Like teleports like matter or like just your being. I feel like there's some information. Is there like
I grab back from
Is like Vale like right
teleporter.
next to the teleporter?
Yes.
So like as soon as he starts to go in,
I kicks him in.
Alright, and right after him, it's
like you
thrown
said,
him. I throw them in, and then I walk right after them. So 3 of us are in.
It's like you hear the tiefling kind of clapping in the back and laughing a little bit.
Just walk on.
and then like I'll go last. I'm like, Vale guys, yeah.
He comes in handy every once in a while. And he's quite good with his hands.
I bet he is.
If you need anything... If you need anything from the mouse is
More like its paws.
Oh, the mouse isn't there anymore. The mouse got
Yeah,
through.
yeah. I threw them both through.
If you ever need anything from me, don't hesitate to ask. My name is Thievius, but you can call me V.
Oh, how devious.
Devious, Thievius.
Gives a wink and then ushers you into the teleporter.
I do the bow and then just walk in.
So, for
Assuming
those of
went
you...
through?
Yeah,
Okay.
she walked through it. She walked through, unlike the most of you. So...
When we go through, I like stumble, like when I put on, like, oh man, what's up with that?
It was a rough trip.
Vale kind of walks up to you. He's like, if you ever do that again,
Devious. I told him not to.
do not toy with me. And turns around.
Devious said something about like he'd toy with you later or something. I don't know what he meant. He kind of winked. Or...
The tail immediately just goes rigid and shoots right up. He's like, do not speak of these matters in public. Do not speak of that again.
Watch where you point that thing.
I'm going to be I'm going to keep walking. I'm laughing. I wonder how Dragonborns like sound like when they're laughing. Is it like a...
Yeah.
Yes, that exactly. So... where you all have ended up is in a very small little warehouse. It's got a ton of like boxes and crates and things like that in there. So looks just like a normal, average little small storage unit. Vale kind of leads you to the very beginning of it where there's a door. He kind of opens the door slightly and peeks out and then shuts it again and looks at you all and says, all right. We are going to a bookstore. We cannot go together just in case someone recognizes me with you.
Hey, Vale, remember how you said we could ask you questions?
The time has passed for that, but go on.
Do you do a lot of shady stuff in like dark warehouses and alleys
With your hands.
with your hands? And your tail, possibly? Just asking.
So the bookstore that you're looking for.
You should... Dude.
I'm sorry. Go on.
You are looking for the Grand Adventure bookstore.
I've been there.
You would know this area very well because you're from here. So he tells you all we have to split up at this point. If someone sees me with you, it would become very bad for all of us and troublesome for me mostly. So this is where we
Vale,
split.
you're pretty good at getting out of trouble from what I hear. Slippery situations.
You have no idea. So, meet me there and ask for me when you get there. And then he just walks out of the door quickly.
All right. So is this another
look,
town? Or
guys,
is this
my perspective on
have
Vale
no
has
idea.
completely changed.
well,
I really hate that guy now.
well, I'm also just looking around. Can I see that there's like a whole town, or is this just like we're in a building right now?
Right now, you're in kind of like a storage building.
Okay.
It's got windows, but all you see is other buildings next to it. So, you have no idea where you've been teleported to. You just know that you've walked through a teleporter.
So I walk outside.
Watch where you step too, because Vale and devious, doing devious things.
I walk outside, trying to start looking around.
Okay. So when you open the door, you notice that it is just like a cobblestone ground. A lot of buildings around you. It's a very busy place. If you look up into the sky, you can see kind of a lot of smoke for a town, as if it's like industrialized.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It's a lot of little shops here and there, as you can see from the
What's most of the races and people there? Is it like pretty mixed, or is there just a lot of humans?
I mean, like from walking around the street, you're gonna see like a little bit of everything.
Will I stick out really bad, or just be okay?
Dragonborn are not as common as like elves and things like that, but I mean, it's not gonna be something out of the ordinary.
Okay. So I don't have
I
to
take
kind of like hide or anything.
All right, so you are now find yourself in a town, a pretty happening town. Looks like it makes good enough money to keep itself in good shape. And where do
Little
you
tiny
go?
mouse.
This little mouse is like,
Gets you little teeny tiny glow sticks. A little glow worm.
I throw
There
my
you go.
hood up as I walk.
okay. So, you are looking for the Grand Adventure bookstore.
Anybody know where we're at?
Yep. Sure do.
Okay.
Glad that you-
I'm not gonna ask like
Where
where.
with the rest of us?
No. Where we going? Bookstore? That way.
So, your friend Coden here.
When in Rome, I flip up a hood too.
Your friend Coden takes you through the streets. As you're going through, you can see that there is a lot more like industrialness to this place. There are a bunch of warehouses
Final
and
Fantasy 7.
would you not? No, it is not 7. So
8. Or 9. Let's go with 9.
I would say it would be more
These are
9.
bad.
Not bad. Good, sir.
I said just as bad like the city.
Uh-huh. So you can tell that there are a lot more warehouses here. There's a lot more like mechanical things. Like you do see some things kind of going back and forth that would be like the equivalent of scooters and stuff in our area.
Segways.
Yeah, segways.
Oh. Little pint one wheel boards.
You see a lot of these types of things like as you're going through. It's a very popular town. You do see tieflings, you see elves, half elves, things like that. This is a very cohabitable place, if you will. So your friend here,
Not Bavaria.
no, not Bavaria, where they don't like anything but human.
Yep.
So your friend Coden leads you to a nice little bookshop. And as you all walk in, you can tell that it's a little unkept here. The books aren't in like the best of shape. They're a little like all over the place, but they have a ton of different books at this bookstore. It is just packed from like wall to wall of books. At the very end, you do see
Start
a
opening and reading them. Do I get experience?
no. You have to
Yes,
read
my
it.
sneak increased.
This is The Sims. You have to read for quite a while for that. But you see a very unkept desk at the very end. A bunch of books are still stacked onto there. And you see a gentleman reading a book, writing notes, with some pretty thick glasses on at the very end of it. He also has little cat ears on him and is very into whatever he is researching at his desk.
I will walk up and say, "Excuse me, sir."
You see the face look up, and his eyes are like 3 times the size of what they should be because the glasses.
I'll kind of jump.
He's got some Coke bottle glasses on.
Yes, it's like so thick, and he's like, "Yes, what can I do for you?"
We're looking for Vale. He said to ask for him.
When he says that, I just like pick up a book and start. Like,
That's what I'm doing in the corner.
I'll sign. I'm going to go look for a specific book. Just going to go run around.
You can't tell a naive girl asked for me.
So he's looking up at you, and his mouth just kind of like hangs open. He's like, "Available books in stock, right? Yes, absolutely. I've got more books in the back. If you would like to go look at my available books."
I'll lean over to Code and I'll be like, "Bail license in the back."
No, I'm not looking for books.
That is a terrible joke.
I like it.
It's like, oh, well then available what then?
I'm just going to walk off and see. Just let that happen.
I'm just laughing at my joke that I made as I'm flipping through a book.
I'll walk up behind Siobhan. Just go to the back.
Okay.
It's like, yes, those available books in the back. Quickly, this way. And he kind of like hurries up, gets up from his desk, and like stumbles into the back of the room.
Is real quick before you guys get in there, is there like any just like Wikipedias and like books? The
Screen just
encyclopedia.
popping up.
Yep.
Like,
The
whatever
Would you like to
we
get
don't-
in this book?
encyclopedias.
yes, there's
Yes.
gonna be encyclopedias. This place is filled with books.
Okay,
So
I want to find some stuff about my people, my homeland, and everything, just see what the outside world thinks of it.
okay,
So I just grab something and hopefully just start following them.
okay. So you now have a book that just so happens to be like Dragonborns Are Us. So-
Dragonborns for dummies.
So you pick up that book and you follow the rest of them back there. When you get back there, he takes you down some long hallways and he's talking to you, not really making any sense to you. He's like, so the books that we have that are available, we've got these types of books. If you're really into like, building things, I've got a lot of books about building things and stuff like that. And he's just like rambling on for the whole time. Finally gets you to like the very end of the hallway, opens the door, and you only see 2 other people in there.
Okay.
One of them is a huge orc-looking thing.
Okay.
But it's got 2 heads.
Those 2 are better than 1.
Yes. So it's got 2 heads on it. One of them seems to be sleeping, but the other one is wide awake, got glasses on, and he's looking down at some books and he's reading. And the other person in the room is on the taller side elven woman, who has like little set of daggers and whatnot on the side. Her hair is braided off to the side. She is in no way interested in the books in which this orc is reading. And she's just kind of staring off into the nothingness. And when the door opens, she immediately looks over to the door, ready to fight whatever's coming through. As as your tiefling just looks backwards like, where? And
I'm kind of thumbing through the book, and I look up and I see an orc, and like, ooh.
The one head of the orc that has the glasses on kind of looks up and is like, oh, we have visitors here.
The wise orc.
Yes, he is a wise orc. And he kind of brings you in there. He's like, these are my companions. Vale will be here momentarily. I assume that those books have traveled with you and that they will be here in a moment.
Was there any prices on the books? Like,
I thought you were just taking the book.
No, I'm not that good. Would there be any prices on the shelving, or would I have any clue how much the book is?
No.
I'll just give him like, I don't
No,
know.
don't you remember?
Ten-
Don't you remember?
10 silver.
Vale said he would cover all our costs.
I was there for that. That happened.
Vale said put it on his tab.
Okay.
Because they were
Okay, hold on.
available.
Let's
I said
actually roll.
Vale said he'd put it on his
Well,
tab.
I know, but I'm just deciding if I would be smart enough to catch that or not, because I have.
I'm winking, Vale, as I'm stepping on your
Okay,
foot.
let me roll.
Vale said
We have
he would-
dice. Wait, oh.
Here's the.
Okay. Because I've got an 8 in intelligence, so let's see where we got. I doubt it. 4. So
Squeak.
I think your food's here.
Okay, cool.
So I don't know what that would actually mean. I would be like, tab. So I'll naively give him like 50 silver for this. Is that a lot? I'm figuring that's a lot of money for that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll give him like 50 silver.
He kind of looks down at it. He's like,
Here, for this book.
Thank you. You can have some of this back.
I look over at Code and I'm like,
He gives you back about 20 silver.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Like that's quite a thick.
Oh,
book.
newcomer discount. Appreciate it.
No, it's just the price of the book.
I feel like I just need to make a paper mache like Dunce hat to put on those two.
here's a gold star.
Hey.
You hold this for a little bit.
Oh. See, I have to be somewhat like my character.
Except he'll try to pay for something with it.
Hey, I might find somebody that will take it. Is it a Mario star? So I have 8 intelligence, 12 wisdom. I'm more wise than I'm smart, but I think I would not have quite caught that. And that's why I let the dice decide that one.
And rightfully so. But
So he takes the money and he kind of puts it in his pocket, and the girl finally comes up to you all and says,
I'll put that in like my bag.
Vale doesn't make very many friends, so what are you all doing here?
I doubt we were
Think about
friends.
friends.
quite perspective we are.
There's a smart one here. You can
been
tell by how
traveling-
many knives she has on her belt.
Yeah.
I've been traveling with him for quite a while. He's kind of an asshole, so
Oh, you do know. Okay, that's nice.
yes.
Well, we seem to be on the same page.
clearly we are. Is he on his way? Is he?
We heard he was available. Yeah.
Did
in
you
the
travel
back.
here by a teleporter?
Mm-hmm. Super happy about it.
Yeah.
So was Mr. Squeakers.
Don't mess with the mouse.
She just kind of looks weirdly at the mouse and just kind of like at ease, I guess.
Vale and Phoebius were like,
Don't mess with the animal.
The mouse goes back to she's like,
Even better, do it with your tail.
your mouse just saluted to me.
Yep. Don't mess with the mouse.
He's a circus mouse.
He's a little more than you think.
No, he's not. He's a mouse.
Circus mouse. Works for
I'll
peanuts.
look at you like this.
I'll pull out a peanut and just like hand it to him.
So she just kind of nods, like, okay, well, he's on his way up.
I'm not going to say anything else, but I still won't have any idea why. It's like, it's more.
The orc kind of looks at you all and like adjusts his glasses, and he's like, "Did you bring any information with you?"
About what? I feel like it's a very
Vale?
open question.
We already. It seems like you all know about Vale pretty well.
Yeah, I don't know what other info we can bring back other than he's a scaredy cat. I feel like, but you all already know that. I feel like it's been proven.
You hear the other half cat gentleman just kind of go like, "Oh,
No, not you. Not you. You're fine. You're fine.
No offense.
none taken, I suppose." Well,
See, like we knew right away we hated Vale. You're fine.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Vale is my brother, so I would hope that he didn't offend you in any way, did he?
I wouldn't say offended. That's not quite the words I would use. Irritated is a pretty good. That's a pretty good one.
Pretty much everybody in the room is just like, "Oh yeah."
It's Vale.
So a few minutes go by. They're kind of asking where you all have been and like what ties you have to Vale until Vale makes his way into the room.
Wait, before he comes in, yeah, Vale owes us some money.
A lot of money.
Like he made us some promises,
And
and
we're actually here to collect.
We're here to collect.
Oh, that's not like him at all.
That's crazy. I know. That's what he said on the boat.
He'll deny it,
I'll furrow my
but like,
I'll furrow my like skin eyebrows, whatever, because I don't have eyebrows.
Skin eyebrow.
Scale brows.
ugh,
Be
that's
like-
creepy.
And I'll be like, I won't say anything, but I'll be like, hey, I don't remember taking your money or promises.
I was like, well, we'll have to discuss that once he gets here and see how much.
He's kind of embarrassed. So.
Yeah, you know, might not want to bring it up too much. It's,
I'm just gonna start pulling my book, start reading. That's what's going on.
Well, from what I understand, he did lose the message
yeah.
orb. So
I'll get my little tiny glasses, start reading, sit back, so by the chair.
Message or what we picked up.
What?
That's what we picked
Yeah.
up.
a little blue thing.
Yeah.
And then you gave it back.
It's like I suppose he would be a little embarrassed. He never loses things. So Bale eventually walks into the room, and he kind of looks. He's like, "Oh, good, you've made it."
Hi, Bill.
The elven girl kind of like nods to him. Is like, "Welcome back. Heard that you botched the mission. It's okay."
Royally.
We saved him. If it wasn't for us,
That's true.
he'd be dead.
I will concur. As I'm reading my book, we had her on the ropes.
See? Told you. Somebody agrees with me.
That's not exactly how I would put it, but things did go awry in Wolfhurst. I will admit that. Unfortunately.
You really washed away our attempt. I'm still pissed at that. He used a bunch of like water to like keep her back and stuff. So
Mara ended up being there, and unfortunately things took a little bit of a turn and we had to leave. And she kind of looks at him as like, what would Mara be doing in Wolfhurst? That doesn't make any sense. And then the other cat gentleman kind of interrupts. Is like, first things first though, we have new visitors. Are you here to help us with the cause?
Cause.
Yes, but did he not inform you on what we do here?
you might want to explain because I'm not quite following you.
I like the book that you're choosing to read. Don't you read into that book, though. Mhm. That's the whole plot. It's like, well, he should have told you. That I don't understand, like, well, it's hard to
Val
explain.
doesn't tell us anything.
You're not very available when it comes to questions.
He just sits back and says, we don't, does the mouse do that? The other cat gentleman is just kind of looking, he's like, I shall continue, yes, you're... So, we've been in search of...
The whole time I'm looking at the other orc's head that's asleep.
With your head sideways.
It is just drooling, like, it's just like, on the side, like, it is dead asleep.
Wish I had like stuff like peanuts. Give me some peanuts.
I'll reach in my bag holding full of peanuts.
So he kind of tells you all that they have found some information here recently that a new cult has been formed out of Sakura Falls. And
Card captors.
I stopped throwing peanuts for a second.
and from what they can gather, they're a very secretive cult and don't really like give out enough information for us to go by.
I don't like cults.
Well, neither do we. That's why we've gathered this group here.
Ever since they get rid of Manning, I mean, it's just been terrible. I'm sorry, what? I was in trance.
What is a Manning?
Don't worry about it.
A miserable pile of quarterback. As I continue to throw peanuts at the sleepy lord.
It tells you that they seemed to have started to spread into other countries. Very little is known about them. Your average person would not even realize that there is a cult, unless they make their presence known. But they seem to be very much obsessed with necromancy and some of the darker forms of art. So they have found that they are looking for jewels. Everywhere they go, they're always looking into something that has to do with an old wives' tale of something, like just really well-known jewels. For whatever reason, we have not been able to confirm just yet. But we do know wherever they go, death seems to follow, and a lot of people end up losing their lives. And yet the bodies are not there when we've gone to wherever it is that they've been. They just kind of disappear. So we have been researching diligently to try and find out what their moves are, where can we go next, and trying to figure out what their motivation is for trying to find these jewels. And we had heard from the school, we had received some information that the school was going to be sending somebody out to the Wolfhurst Isles to investigate, so we kind of intercepted and went and did some investigating ourselves. And once the school finds out about that, they're not going to be very happy, which is why we're kind of laying low, so please don't mention anything.
Just like
And
me,
Vale was the best person they could send?
He was. It's okay.
which is
School
just,
had a representative there, I heard.
which is just like me.
Double
that is
secret
not,
agent.
that is not very happy with your opinion of my people. But why would you say that we're brutish and always wanting war? We don't have a choice most of the time, and you say we smell bad.
Siobhan, take that book from him.
I didn't even know he could read.
I'm about to send the mouse over there.
Read intelligence.
You don't know that.
Did the mouse say that?
The mouse can't talk.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought the mouse was. I'm like, wait, hold on a sec. Wait.
What? Wait.
No, mouse can't talk.
So it takes me a bit to read, but I can read. But
There are a lot of pictures in that book over there.
Today, Junior!
2 hours later,
Brutish.
it's like,
Brutish.
so as I was talking about that, you guys were like,
we just ignore it.
he
Back
just kind
to
of looks
throwing
at you, he's like,
Ignore
I've
him.
never said that. And Vale kind of pops up and he's like, because you are British people.
You know, I'll agree with that. One time with you, Vale. But if I might interject, you were saying a lot of death around Sakura Falls. That's normal.
More so than usual in different situations. There seems to be one major event every so often where a lot of dead bodies seem to appear.
I thought you said the bodies were missing.
A lot of mishappenings, deaths.
So he was paying attention.
He can do two things at once.
It's
Get
been
this man some gum.
now he's just pissed because he's been called brutish and somebody else in the party thinks so too. Now, his opinion, he doesn't know, he's not been outside of his own homeworld for pretty much most of his life. He's just lived in the military. So he's got a pretty good opinion of his own people and really doesn't know what outside people think of them. So he's
Fair
curious. He's exploring outside of his own homeworld now.
What's your name? Dora?
What?
It is now.
Dragonborn. Dragonborn the Explorer. Anyway.
Sniper, no sniper.
I swear to God, if you give me that name, I'm going to start saying like
You need to
really
make his
bad
character in
songs.
D&D Beyond and just put the Dora the Explorer picture.
By the way, I
I will-
haven't seen you since we've done this, but your picture on D&D Beyond,
Like, she's like, who
That
is
bar.
that?
Yeah.
I do this at work because Saturdays are dead, and every time I click into D&D Beyond, I have a little laugh fest at my desk because it's just his face on D&D Beyond. Little Babar's dad.
But no, if
glad
you
you
want to
appreciate
call me Dora the Explorer, that's fine. But every time we get to like near the ocean, be like, "Where's the sea?" Like 30 seconds later, there it is.
There's just that long awkward pause.
As everyone just stares.
See? She does get it. She does throw some one-liners every so often.
Anyway. It's like we don't mention profanities and things of other races. We know we love everyone here. Vale, that was very rude, and I ask for you to apologize. And he just kind of
Well, we know Vale loves everybody here.
I'm a little happier with you, but still don't like Vale. I really don't like Vale now. I'm all in the same boat with you all.
It's like I've tried to go to the
Except
school
you.
and get permission to see some of their banned section of books, but to no
A Vale.
avail.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
They have yet to respond to me and give me permission to do so. So we've been working on our own and trying to figure out some information. Also, he looks over at Vale like, "Did you tell them that you work for the school?" And Vale just stands there. And shrugs.
He did.
I think he told everybody in Wolfhurst.
I think he did, yeah. I think he was wearing their uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still wearing the uniform right
makes
now.
me wondered how you intercepted.
You're the worst spy ever, Vale.
I'm not here for spying. That's her job.
Well, I can tell what she is by all the knives around her belt. Duh.
Might as well just have a shirt
She
that says,
laughs.
I'm a spy. I bet she's edgy, too, right?
Yeah, have you seen all the knives?
She just kind of also is like, yeah. It's like, he just kind of glares at you. It's like, it gets me into places that I can't normally get into. So.
Oh,
Are you an orphan, too?
Which one?
The elf that we don't know either of their names.
Are you actually asking
Yeah.
that?
Are you an orphan?
I mean, are you not from around here? Do you not know what happened to the elves? Oh my god. It means make me a sandwich.
It was a sandwich in the forehead.
Yeah. I guess that would be actually like good information to give you all in your cheat sheets. So
Yeah.
those of you who are from here,
which is nobody. I think.
no, there's two of them.
Well,
All three of them.
okay.
Two and a mouse. So
The mouse came from the
New Harmony.
temple.
So something that you all would have known is a few years back, like in Elven terms, it's just like been, recently. But a few years back, there was an attack on the Elven, like the main capital.
By who?
He who shall not be named.
Okay, you're gonna say make sure it's not like my
It's never.
It was Dragonborn.
I was like, oh boy.
No, it was never mentioned as to who did it. They just know that it was like a very
Our introduction
surprise
would have been
attack,
different.
and it basically took out the majority of elves and destroyed their main like locations. So they
Then I retract the orphan statement.
so like they've kind of some of them have scattered and like just kind of live there. They don't go back into the woods because it's known to be like haunted, like the spirits there.
So if you never made that
And because they don't have good singing voices.
I mean,
and if you never made that comment,
Yeah.
I would still have never known that my character probably wouldn't know anything about elves.
no. Well, I mean, like,
Maybe. I don't. Was it like a worldwide event and so it was so big?
I mean, this is its own little like continent type deal.
Right,
so.
but would most of the world have heard maybe?
Yeah. You know, I mean, like they know that something happened. They don't
Okay,
know a lot of
I
details.
don't know any details. But okay.
Yeah.
So at least have some context.
They just know that there are a lot of
You just
more-
think they all smoke weed.
So to answer your
It's
question,
the one the first time
yeah,
we went to that
she's
shop.
kind of an orphan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
I was making the edgy rogue
Yes.
backstory cliche.
Her father died in the attack.
This works.
But if you would like
Acceptable.
to ask that question, she'll
Yeah.
tell you.
No,
Yeah.
I would know, so I would have.
Just say, my dad died in the war. Thanks.
Thanks for bringing it up.
So he kind of tells you like a little bit of information on that, what they've been working on, and Vale was supposed to go to Wolfhurst because it's about time for another cataclysmic like death necromancy type thing to happen. They happen in like not exactly in like
How do you know necromancy? Besides, like, do you see anything?
well, I used to work for the school, and that was one of my main things was to keep track of necromantic things that happened and make sure that people aren't learning about it.
But what makes it necromantic? If people go missing, that could be slavers. That could be anything.
The cult is known to sacrifice people for their cause.
Which is not necromantic. It's sacrificial.
It's what happens to them after.
That's my question.
Argumentative ass.
I'm trying to see, like, are we fighting... I don't think my character goes zombies.
I thought
but
you were a dumb military guy who didn't know anything about magic.
We fought other races that have magic and stuff. That's why I'm curious, but... That's why I don't know necromancy, and I'm asking.
Magical residue.
Basically. It's like, you know, detect magic and you can tell what type of magic has been used. So
You would know
therefore,
that.
necromancy is something that has been used at these locations that we have been at.
I was just curious if there was new things to fight or whatever. Like, what's going on. Because I know werewolves now. I didn't know before.
So far, we've only seen things that aren't zombie-like in nature. They have more attentiveness to them. They are aware of their surroundings. They're very, what's a good word? They're ready to fight at any time. Like, they're very angry and...
Aggressive.
There you go. Very aggressive things in nature, but there's no life in their eyes. Like a zombie, but just much more attentive.
Okay.
Those are the only things that we have found left behind in these situations.
So you think Wolfhorse Isles was their next plan of attack?
We had thought so, but
Clearly somebody there that you didn't like.
no, unfortunately, we have had a couple of run-ins with this Mara woman, which is why we know she has to be someone big in the cultists' realm, but we have yet to really do anything against her that we could hope to try and gain information from. She's quite powerful. And seems to get away in just the nick of time.
Yeah, she was scary.
How tall are you? Like, how old are you, by the way?
I'd say she's about 20, 21. She's human.
Okay.
She's young adult, just kind of leaving.
Okay.
Or she's not human, she's changeling. but-
Yeah.
Yeah, champ. Looks like a human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peanuts at the head.
It's like making sure, because otherwise it'd be like, she was very terrifying. Yes, she was. Because the way you ask questions like naively. But no, 21, he would not do that. He'd just be like, yeah, she can be.
would.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, she was. Who's a good girl?
You ought to try to like stealthily throw what you sound like, and just like
I'm just like, no, I'm blatant.
Oh, okay.
It's like the other head is like intently listening to the other like cat gentleman's conversation, not really caring that you're throwing peanuts at this thing, but you all have made quite a bit of them inside of his mouth. So like,
It's like paper football.
but the orc kind of speaks up at that point and he's like, yes, we haven't quite been able to find any jewels that are of necromancy type yet to see what exactly it is that they're doing.
Val took a jewel from me.
Vale's like,
Vale is a thief. I knew it.
It's like, oh, that's right. I did find this, and it does have some necromancy like feels to it. Could we check this one out? And he throws it over to the orc, and he's like,
I got some jewels for you to feel right here.
the mouse grabs this. It's like, what's your mouse doing?
Don't worry about the mouth.
He throws it over to the other cat guy who brings those goggles back down, and he's kind of looking at it, and he says, well, it does have a little bit of an engraving on the inside of it, but I feel like it's not strong enough to be something of what they're looking for, but I'll definitely take a look into it and see. There does have some hints of necromancy magic in it, so I'll do some research while you continue your research.
There's a snake in here.
So,
Slippery snake.
The
nice.
snake or is it the mouse?
no, the mouse is freaking out.
Well, the mouse would be. There's a snake and there's two
Yeah.
cat people walking around.
So the elven girl kind of walks up to the table and says, now that we're all talking and have this information out there, it's now time to get down to brass taxes. First off, would you all be willing to help us in looking out for things and investigations?
Do we have to be friends with Vale?
No.
How much money is in it?
Well, you get whatever you can find.
Oh, wait, hold on. So you're all doing this in secret, but if we stop this, will it always be secret or will it get out?
Man,
That
you know,
was-
that's a really good point you have there. That'd just be terrible.
If you're in it for the glory, this is going to be Vale talking. It's like, if you're in it for the glory, then you're in the wrong business.
Man, I don't even remember asking you. God.
So on a hierarchy rank, where does Vale sit
Valid
with,
question.
with you in the two-headed thing?
So if this was a pyramid and it was a scheme, where would Vale fall?
totem pole, like bottom, top?
The girl kind of like motions her head over to the guy with the really thick glasses and says, Marcus is in charge here.
Okay.
He's the brains of this outfit.
Well, we know Vale, is it?
Vale and I kind of sit on the same throne as next in line.
No, it
basically.
sounds like Vale likes to sit on different thrones than you might.
You're a mouse. You can't say that.
You should turn into
Squeak, squeak, squeaking squeaker.
By throne, you mean an upside-down bar stool?
Vale kind of hisses at... Do you say that out loud?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Vale kind of hisses at you,
All claws are out.
and Marcus kind of goes to grab me. He's like, calm down. They're joking. They're joking. They're making jokes. We're all friends here.
Poor guy.
With the murderous look as you laugh.
As you polish the gun.
Oh, it's not even out. I'm kidding right now.
And the girl kind of says, well, you did take the teleporter here, so I'm sure that...
Wait, was he not supposed to take the teleporter?
Oh, we use the teleporter to get around a lot around here, but unfortunately, V only has his eyes on certain people, and Vale has kind of caught his eye. So,
What I gathered, he's caught more than his eye.
and Vale's like, what did I tell you about talking about this in public?
I would hardly say
Wait,
this in
hold on.
public.
What justify?
We're all here with friends.
Drunk. car.
They threw me into public.
Ron White. So Marcus kind of like throws his brother into the corners, like, just stop being so agitated. See what they have to
Watch
help
out, he
us.
might like it rough.
They're just rousing you. They are.
He's like that.
He doesn't bring it up, Rosa.
You might want to get him out of here before we like start a fight.
It's like, look, just go back to what you were researching and like just get out of here, okay? We will handle it from here. Thank you for bringing more recruits. It's fine.
So does Vale leave?
He's going to be leaving. Yes.
Bye, Vale.
See a little middle finger pop up with a
Does he have Paul's hand or the actual hand?
actual hands.
Aw.
The only like cat,
Throw a peanut at him.
the only cat parts to them are like the ears, and then they do have a tail and claws, but they're like human hands.
God, he's always throwing a hissy fit.
I'm gonna hop off his shoulder and then scurry over to the door. As he's like leaving, I'm gonna like squeak.
He just looks confused. He's just like,
leans down.
Squeak.
He'll lean really close down. And do
Watch
the
out, that
finger.
might backfire on you.
And then run back to his shoulder.
so the girl kind of like spreads out some paperwork and stuff like that on the table, and she says, now look, I don't know what Vale said to you. I don't know what he told you. Whatever the case may be, it sounds like you've encountered some of our foes here, and we really need help. There are only 3 of us, and I have ties in certain other places, but unfortunately it's not enough to really get the job done. So I
You got
need...
Vale, and the job's not getting done.
Clearly, because we didn't get anything from Wolf Hairstyles. Except for Mara's there doing something. Didn't complete whatever it was that she was trying to do, but
I assume we relayed like all the information that we had.
yeah.
Okay.
So there may be some money in it. Not sure. If we get approval from the school for what we're doing, there might be a lot of money involved.
I'm down.
All right, there's one. Cool.
Squeak.
Weird mouse creature that can actually understand me. He's in.
We'll make fun of the mouse.
I am making fun of the mouse.
Right.
I'm just a little confused as to why it's understanding me.
Better give him a peanut or you're going to be mad.
She
Like a
pulls out
peanut.
one of the peanuts from the like mouth of the fork and like slowly gives it over.
I look at Vale's brother. What's Vale's brother's name again?
Marcus.
Marcus.
Okay.
Like she kind of pulls it away. It's like, fair enough, little mouse. That's cool.
All I can think of when you say Marcus though is Borderlands.
It's
gun
buy
guy.
my guns.
No refunds.
No refunds.
Seems like it's working to me.
Coden. Okay. If Coden's in, I'm in.
Okay.
Did you help write this book?
Me? No.
To your bookstore.
No, for Marcus? It's like,
Yeah.
no, I just bought all these books.
I'm in.
Was that book not to your liking?
I mean, really don't. Really
Marcus,
don't
I
like
don't
our
think there's a lot of
people,
pictures in that book.
It's hard for him to understand.
Well, unfortunately, we only really get our references from a few people on those books. I didn't write
Give
it.
me their names.
There's a thing in the front of the book that says who wrote it.
Oh.
He needs a
He-
picture.
So even though he's got an 8 intelligence, he is 55 years old. So
Oh, so he's
been
seen
seen
around
some
for a
stuff.
lot, and so he can read
seen some stuff.
some stuff. So it's not that bad.
Smaller.
What languages?
No more than 2 syllables.
What languages?
So if you all are in, fantastic.
Where's
We need help with
Abyssal.
getting out and finding information. I'm unfortunately stuck on a situation out in Alaradon in Baraloma.
come again?
You're not from here, you wouldn't know that.
No.
It's like I'm stuck in a situation out there and I really shouldn't be gone now, but
Yeah, have fun there.
you have no idea.
Have fun there.
Unfortunately, I'm not available to go anywhere else at the moment until the situation is taken care of.
So
Marcus has done some research.
if I'm close to you, I'd pick it up and I'd just kind of look over like little tiny mouth.
Rumor has it is that one of the local engineers has picked up a pretty big account and is making a lot of different things and shipping them out by river. Following the river path, it looks like it goes up into the Fey Woods, which is where the elves' homeland was.
Speaking of, I would just kind of say, what is in the Fey Woods anymore? What happened to the elves? You know, I heard that they had been destroyed, but
Her face gets kind of grim. She says, "We don't talk about that. You can ask another elf."
I'm still curious. Anything to do with military fights, enemies we might come up against, I'm super interested in. Rest of the entire everything, probably not. So, I won't push. I'll just find another elf.
Lots of war.
You don't have to. You can absolutely just snap something. It's fine. I'll ask another elf.
So, from what we can tell, it's taking the river. But once it gets to the split, they split, and we don't know where exactly it goes from there. So we have kind of traced it back to one of the higher engineers here. His warehouse is a little bit down the ways by the docks, and we need people to get in there and investigate.
Bale's pretty good with, like, warehouses and dark alleys.
But not at stealth. He's only
his
good.
hands.
He does like his dark, confined spaces.
Do you have a picture of him?
Picture
Bale, we
of-
just left.
No, the engineer.
Oh, I'm sure
You're gonna
that
make a little shrine of ale.
Bale's very colorful.
she looks over at Mark's like, "Can you find some of the books about the engineers in here?" And he's like, "Oh, absolutely." And he goes out there while you all are still kind of talking about it. And he brings out a pretty thick book, starts flipping through it. And he was like, "Here he is." And he picks out a picture of a older gentleman, like probably 60s or so, like late 50s, bald-headed, looks just as happy as can be in his picture, dressed to the brim with like really intricate things to show that he's got money. But underneath it, it says like, you know, established at this date and blah, blah, blah. And has the name on there, Colt Bane.
Okay,
Colt Bane. No.
Also, Marcus,
that's
since
the
you're gathering
television.
books, do you happen to have anything on Farina, the Mother of the Lost?
I can find some books on some demons.
Just curious, because that's what it's hanging up back by the shower.
It's like I would have to do some research in my books, but
Just if you can find something.
it's like I'm sure I can find a book here or there.
And don't worry, I have a higher reading level than so big words aren't that.
I recommend that everybody reads books and tries to learn a few things or two. And he looks at the Dragonborn and he's like, "Yeah, knowledge is power."
The more you know. I'm gonna spend a minute studying the picture of the engineer.
Okay.
You know what? You changed it.
Take a look.
What was
It's
the
in a
engineer's
book.
name again?
Colt Bane.
You know what I'm going to do? Just because of this? Next time we get the chance to like level up points or whatever, I'm going to level up my intelligence. Because I've been reading.
By 1 point.
Well,
So after
go 8 to 10. I'm a normal
What?
person.
No, was it Keen Senses, the one that you remember everything? It's like, I know everything now.
after I've studied the picture, I will shapeshift into Colt Bane.
Are you going to stay the same height that you are? Are you going to guesstimate what that would be?
Ooh.
Shit.
Is it just his face or is it...
Oh, I'd laugh.
Just
like it's fucking
Just
no,
the face.
like he's a
I'm not-
gnome.
okay,
like he's
okay.
a gnome.
You don't know.
I'm not gonna change it. I thought it was a full body.
No, it's just going to be like a bust picture of somebody.
Okay, that's cool.
so, like-
I will remember what he looks like so that for future, 'cause perhaps we'll see him in person.
Have I ever-
4-foot person, he's just like from here up, the old man's picture, but the rest is normal. It's like,
Dainty legs.
how's it going?
So, question 2. I know you changelinged a couple times now, but have I ever seen it, or have you ever told us?
You saw me do it in the cave when we fought
That's right.
the cultists.
Okay, and you would have probably explained it.
I said I'm going to show you all something I can do. And then
Okay.
I will just remember his face then, because maybe we'll see him in person, then I'll know how tall he is.
Because that was a trick, like we don't know how tall he is or what race he is, do we?
I mean, it looks like a human in the picture. Like, he's got the normal looking ears and stuff, but I mean, that's all you can tell.
Or he's handicapped and he's in a wheelchair and I'm just you're standing.
He's just walking along. It's like, oh my god, sir, you
It's a
can
miracle.
walk again. It's like, oh, my legs.
Your arms grew back too.
Okay, I thought it was a full
No,
body.
it's just going to be like one of those bust figures, like
Okay,
that you
cool.
see, like, oh, this person's important.
Okay.
So, she mentions that the gentleman owns a lot of different places around here and is also the inspector that goes from place to place and makes sure that things are up to code.
Oh, he's a housing.
Yeah, so, like, he's a pretty big deal around here, and rumor has it is that he has gotten a new account that is making him even more money. And we have a feeling that someone very particular has paid him to do something.
Okay.
So, are you up for the job?
Sure.
Oh, this should be fun.
Squeak? She's squeak, squeak.
Concerned squeak. It's like HK-47 in Knights of the Old Republic. Distress.
Yep.
Angrily squeak.
Or like, like I actually just started back at Best Buy just yesterday.
Poor soul.
Discount.
Occasional seasonal. But I have to do all my e-learnings again every time you restart there. And they've learned that they've done something where you can't skip videos at all. Like I've tried all kinds of possibilities and nothing will let it go.
So you
back.
just hit play and play on your phone.
Well, it was at work, and so they gave me a laptop to do it on. There was about 30 videos. I just started having them all and playing at the same time and muted every one of them. So,
Nice.
but my favorite thing is they always have captions enabled, no matter what. You can't turn it off, and it always starts with like happy upbeat music playing, and then right afterwards it goes swooshing sound to the next thing. It's like
Good God.
Wow.
they're very descriptive. Squeaks.
They've learned.
Yeah.
So she kind of gives you a map of like the warehouse in the sense of like where it's at and whatnot. It is right next to the docks. So they, on a normal basis, it's probably once or twice a week, they are taking shipments out from there and taking it through to wherever it is that they're going. Other than that, they're all in crates. We can't see what's in there. We don't know what they're making. And so we've just kind of, we can't get in. It's very impenetrable force. So, every time now.
Insert veil joke.
There you go.
Hey, John Gruden just lost his job. Watch.
All right. So, if you all would like, you can take a day, take a rest, do what you want to do, or you can just head on over. That's completely up to y'all.
Covered everything I need. One thing I'm going to look for, because I had just bought this spear, I didn't really get anything with it. Would there be, where's the weapon shops around?
Well, there's plenty of weapon shops.
Can I go to the nearest one?
Yeah.
Or if you have a little bell.
When you walk in, it's like ding ding.
Yeah.
Well, I guess before we leave, do you have some place we could stay?
Yeah.
Not paying for a room.
It's like we've got a couple of rooms here for storage so we can kind of build into a room if you'd like. It's like we can have it ready to go for you whenever you come back.
Sounds swell.
All right. Would you all like? It would be kind of roughly evening right now for where you are.
Okay.
Okay. So you want to go to a weapon shop?
Critters.
It's not going to be exciting. Like role playing.
Okay. Well then,
Go up to the merchant, ask, do you have anything to cover the spear tip so I don't have to keep sharpening all the time and tear things up? I have a spear on my back. So I'm thinking like just something wood, like box, something to put leather around. Or
for
just
the
something,
tip,
yeah, just something to cover up
Just the
tip.
tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Right.
you want a wooden box for that?
Something to put around it.
Oh, well,
Wouldn't that be a little awkward on your back?
I'm saying just
I
to
don't know.
fit
You
around
got
the
that
tip. A sheath, then. Something to put the spear in so it doesn't like run and stuff.
I can make a leather thing for it.
I would assume there would be something back then that would like to
Yeah.
cover the spear.
The cloth, and you wrap around it and tie it.
It's like the thing you put on top of golf balls.
Big and
Get the sock.
Yeah.
Get the caraway, like the.
It's gonna be the little gopher from Caddyshack.
Fine, give me something.
All right, like he gets a leather pouch. It's like 10 silver. And you can just put it on top of it and then tie it together.
Is there a tavern?
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
There's
ready.
always a tag.
Plenty of taverns.
This is a dry city.
We don't do alcohol.
So,
We do absinthe and absinthe
just,
only.
I mean, if he's a big deal, I'd say he probably drinks at like one of the higher end taverns.
If he does it all, but yeah,
When he drinks, or if he drinks, yeah.
I would say so.
I say, well, I'm going to go to a tavern that's near the docks, where
That's good.
where the workers of said warehouses
Get their
probably
get their tongues loose.
yeah.
Okay. So you all would like to go to?
Well, that's where I'm going. I don't know where they're going.
What about you, bro?
I went to a weapon shop. I don't know if like so I would have to catch up with one of y'all. Would you all tell me where one of you are going at least?
I'm sure you would have stayed long enough to hear where they're going and be like, but first I'm going to hit up a shop.
Okay.
Trying to really think about this. I would like to. I want to find a tavern around like the engineering part of the city, where like the main furnaces would be, where they're actually like putting stuff together. The warehouse district,
Okay.
factory district. Whatever.
They would be putting it for the. They would. He's rich enough to where he would like everything would be done in like the same warehouse.
He doesn't
so-
outsource it to another country.
Yeah. So like there would be probably multiple buildings for it, but they're attached to the same building.
Find a tavern in that area. And I'll let them know that's why I'm going there. If they're putting something together, that's where it'll be.
So you're going to a tavern that's by the docks, or
Is that going to be near like in the same district then?
yeah,
Yep.
because
Okay.
his warehouse is going to be near the docks.
That way he can just load
Yeah,
it up.
easy to get out. So question
So
two.
we're going to the same tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's a question then about the lodging and everything. Are we just going to be planning on after we do what scouting you all plan on doing, like going to meet up back to go to sleep, or are we going to immediately start doing stuff?
So
Alright,
we're
well,
trying to find
we
the
asked about
guy, or we're
rooms.
trying to find the stuff coming out of the warehouse.
You all are trying to do some research as to like what's going on, where's it going. They know.
I don't even know what it is, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah. It's like they just need information as to what's happening in that warehouse. They know it's his warehouse, but they don't know what he's doing.
So, like, since we've been talking a lot, we haven't, of course, used any spells, but do we want to make our characters sleep? Or do we want to go at night and start scouting? That's what I'm just thinking.
Well, those two are going to the tavern,
Yeah,
so
but then after that, there might be more. So.
Oh, hilarity may ensue at the tavern,
Yeah,
and there's
true.
not a chance to rest.
Exactly, that's what I'm asking. So if that's the case, then I'll just once I buy my little thing, I'll go towards them. Their tavern.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Siobhan is going to transform into just a drop dead gorgeous woman.
Oh God.
Should be a thing.
And go to one of the higher end taverns.
Ooh. All right.
And so you told us that?
Yeah, I told the group that.
Have fun, Siobhan.
So
Split the party.
yeah, you're gonna say I'll go with Siobhan.
Yeah, probably stupid, but whatever.
I'm a bodyguard, kind of. That's what I used to be
There
as a
you go.
guard.
There you
so
go. There you go.
I could be your bodyguard.
Okay.
Kevin Costner.
I guess Elvish.
Okay.
Drop
We
dead
need to get
gorgeous
together
Elvish.
some kind of like bar games where we're betting on the mouse. Make some money.
Yeah, mouse fights or just anything.
Mouse fights.
Where in this town can we partake in some
Where's your
fighting?
TikTok? TikTok.
Oh.
Alright. They have to see it.
We'll do that afterwards. There's a TikTok where these two guys at I think it's Home Depot or Lowe's found two rats fighting in the aisle, and so they were
Legit.
going like, "Huh, yeah,"
They put voiceover.
and they are like going at it.
I found one that was it was what two pigeons that had grabbed another pigeon and were dragged it across this train platform and threw it in front of the train as the train was going by.
What?
Yes,
That's some lobster
I
penguin.
was about to say those pigeons like it's like these are your last words. Use them wisely.
What?
All right.
with our family.
So two of you are gonna go to a fancy tavern.
Yep.
The other two are gonna go to the down and three are gonna go to the down and dirty.
Make money with mouse.
That's right.
All right. Well then,
I have some halfway decent clothes. Only like half plate would look good, so I'll take off my plate armor
okay,
and put on just like something a little bit better.
okay.
Shinier plate armor.
Clothes.
Gold plate armor. All right, so we'll start with the seedy one then. We'll work our way around. So, there's not really a lot of options by the docks. There's like one that's like a couple of blocks, if you will, off of the water. Most of those places out there are like industrial things. There's like one little, if you will, call it like an apartment complex type deal for people. And then like this just down and dirty like place.
the spit bucket.
There you go. There's like holes in the floor. There's holes in the walls. Yes.
It's one of those.
Yeah, leave them down there. They can't get too much sunlight.
So like this place, you can tell like no money really goes into this place, and most of the people, it's a pretty packed little tavern. But
It's a Stranglethorn Vale bar. There you go.
there you go. Nobody looks happy there. They look like they've just spent like what little money they have for the worst beer in the world just to have like a moment's rest. And they all look like they've just like been through it. They're dirty, they're greasy, they are like, you can tell that they're pretty built for whatever like industrial job that they have, but it's not something that they know how to fight with. So as you all are like going in there, seeing a tiefling to begin with is just kind of weird down there. You all also don't you don't look like you've been working, and there's a female that's walking in here. So they're just kind of like, what's going on? But then they just kind of like keep going to their nasty grog.
Another question. Where we've been throughout so far, was there any safe places to put like some of my stuff?
The bookstore.
Okay, the bookstore. So I'll put my shield and spear and just lighten the load. Just take my 2 swords
Okay.
and my armor.
What will you all do with this information?
Very careful. I have no AC. Don't get something started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna walk
Yeah.
up to the bar?
Yep.
The bartender doesn't even ask you what you want. He just pushes 2 drinks to you all. It says that'll be 2 copper.
Be 3. We need a small glass.
I ain't got a small glass. What the hell is that thing?
That's my
Mouse?
And I'll pull out
Something
gold
tells
and
me
say,
you probably
I
see-
need a small glass.
Like, you have a thimble?
He looks around. He's just trying to find like the smallest thing that he has. He sees just like
Like a salt shaker.
he sees just like a little bowl, and he's just kind of like and slides it over in front of the mouse.
Something tells me you probably see lots of mice around this place.
That bartender's just like, I have no idea what I just saw, but okay.
It's probably not the weirdest thing you've seen in here, right?
I don't know. That's pretty weird.
Train mouse.
I don't think I've ever seen any of
It's
the
a
rats
cir-
walking
it's a-
around here drink with me.
It's a circus mouse.
You just haven't watched them long enough.
You're right. I don't pay any attention to the mice and things around here.
Real happening place here.
It's the only one we got.
I'm looking out because you all are talking to them. I'm like looking out in the crowd too, like leaning back on the bar.
Little tiny mouse cigar.
We can make that happen.
Roll perception for me.
So wait. 24.
You can tell that the people that are in there are trying their dangdest to make it look like they're not paying attention to you all, but they're clearly just like out the corner of their eye, just like looking over at you all, just like, what's going on? Like, this is something that doesn't happen.
I try to catch like some of them as they're looking. I'm like,
They just kind of weirdly like nod back to like, did I just
Mouse just
Nod.
wink at me?
that mouse just trying a conversation with me?
I just take the drink and shot and turn around like, hey, who knows Colt Bane?
Oh.
First off, it's the worst drink you've ever had. Like-
it's like seemed like a good.
Like, it's literally, it's like mostly water, and it's not like tap water. It's like,
It's just dirty water.
They just went out in the street and got some
Gray
Like-
water.
I just flip it up and like that's got some bite to it, and I just spin around. All right, who knows Colt Bane?
at the mention of that at the mention of that name, everybody just kind of like shrinks at their tables and like kind of grab their cups and they're just kind of like,
I guess nobody knows him.
I guess all this gold will just have to go somewhere else then. So unfortunate.
a few seconds go by and this one person at the desk is like, he's my boss.
Oh.
Why don't you come up here and have a drink with us
And the mouse.
and the mouse?
It's, sits down like right next to the mouse. He's like,
Cheers to the mouse. Get the head nod.
it's kind of eyeing that gold that you promised.
Another.
Fills up that little bowl again and just like gives it to you.
Like he's
Hey,
trying to
you know-
like pour it so like it doesn't like spill.
You know one thing I just realized, like if you fail and like have to throw up, you can't as a mouse.
Yeah,
Mice and rats
mice
can't
have
throw
no gag reflex.
So I wonder how that's
Really?
gonna work.
No,
yeah,
they don't.
that's
That's
why.
interesting.
That's unfortunately why poison works.
Yeah,
Well, da-da-da-da.
The more you know.
That's how this mouse goes out.
Yeah.
You can't throw up this.
Good that my highest score is con.
So he kind of sits down and
Yeah,
doesn't
put
say
chains in
anything
your mouth.
more. Just kind of eyes that you. Did you pull out a gold? Okay, he's
Kind of
eyeing
doing the
that.
little finger thing, flipping around. Like
Yeah.
here.
He is eyeing
I put
that.
my arm around. I'm like, look, me and my associate here, we work for the government. We've gotten a lot of claims about Colt Bane's working hard. Well, we just need to do some investigating, and we just want to know how things go there. What do you do there?
Roll for perception. Both of you. All three of you, actually.
Is there a place on D&D Beyond for gold?
Yeah, it's under
inventory.
equipment.
16.
Okay. Ah, yes, the fancy dice.
14.
Okay.
23.
Very
This
observable mouse.
is very perceptive.
Well, I mean,
He
mine's
handles his
pretty
alcohol well.
good.
So-
expects mouse.
For the average, you all kind of notice, like, as you're talking to this guy, he's kind of looking around, and the people around the bar just kind of like shaking their head slowly, just like, no.
You give him some get lost money.
He just kind of like looks down.
I put another gold coin down.
Nervously, he starts to kind of like rub his neck, and it's like, well,
I just want to like a little walk over and then just pat him on the hand. Like, it's okay.
kind of moves his hand out of the way a little. He's like,
Tell us on the dog or cat cold thing.
Show us on the mouse.
Like he just turns and like
it's like, no, none of that. He just kind of looks at the gold, and he's just kind of like, that's enough money for me to get out of here.
Oh, another gold coin comes out. It makes its way down onto the table.
and look, do we look like we remember names that well?
I don't even remember her name. And I know her.
I don't even know where I am.
Well, it's pretty rough. Like, it's really hot. He doesn't feed us, and we're forced to work practically all the time. This is our first time off in probably like 3 weeks. He keeps us very busy, but unfortunately, like, we had to take a break because morale was getting a little too low, and he was forced to do it. But mostly, we work day and night.
That's why we're here.
Just kind of looks down, and you tell in his voice he's just holding it all back. He's like, I hate it here. I want to go somewhere
I'd
else.
hate it here too.
I'll take the third gold coin out. I go, hey, I hated it here too, buddy. I'll just pop another one down on the bar.
It's just,
But you're going to get a line here soon.
it's like, it just,
No, I'm talking about like people behind me. Like, sign me up. I want out.
You're like if somebody gives up, you all had your chance.
it's like, it's no living wage. That we don't really get paid enough. This is how much I made in a month just for tonight for this nasty place. And the bartender kind of gives him a look like, hey, now.
I'll slide another gold to the bartender.
All right. It's pretty crap.
I take another gold coin and put it on. It's like, look, we can get this tower pretty high.
It's like we just
Moving on up.
he got a new account, and we've been working day and night to make something we don't even know what it
Another
is.
gold coin.
Pick up a peanut.
Oh, hold on.
See, you work for
I look at the mouse.
No, you have
I
to-
slide a gold coin in the mouse.
Nah, make him eat the peanut butter talking. Make him eat the peanut butter talking.
He looks at the peanut and he's like, oh, it's food, I guess. Like, I'm just like, oh, we don't get fed, by the way. It's like, this is the first bit of food. Thank you, little mouse friend.
Happy squeak.
Squeak. It's like, we don't get paid very much. We don't get any food. We don't get any breaks. We have to either pay for our little shack over there in that building, or we sleep at the warehouse and it's hot. It's like we've been making a machine beat piece by piece. We don't even know what it is or what it does. We're just told to make it as soon as we can and as many pieces as we can. We're all tired. We're done with it. He's kind of looking around the room trying to get them to be like, yeah. They're all just like dead silent, looking at him like you have done terrible thing.
I'll take out 10 gold coins and just chuck them out to the room.
All right.
Make it rain.
Tables are like, you hear the screeching in the chairs and stuff like that. People are like fighting over like grabbing coins and stuff. And so you start hearing like a tirade of screaming of just like, he beat me last week. It's like, oh, yeah. It's like, I lost my fingers in some of the like machinery that we did here. I need compensation for that. It's like they all start like yelling out different things. It's like, it's a terrible place. It smells really bad. We smell really bad.
Yes, you do.
Like, they are all just, like, ready to give you all information, like, whatever it is that you're asking.
Slam the drink down. Let's start a revolution. Yeah.
Oh.
Performance?
Does he get an assist?
Sure.
With the man.
Especially with your mouse friend.
I have a +4.
17.
Okay.
It's with a man?
Yeah.
They're all pretty, pretty dumb. They're all like, yeah! This is probably the loudest it's been in this tavern.
Let's storm the warehouse!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Oh god. You're gonna get a bunch of like innocent people murdered.
This little mouse on the top of the bar.
With your little
shaking
goat
his fists.
What? But she said,
Don't freak out. Quiet down back there.
it's one of the warehouse guards
Yes,
come
that's
in.
one of the people that works at the warehouse. They're like, don't freak out. We're
Wait,
taking over.
wait. We got somebody else. What?
Oh, now we're looking.
I'm not. Stop. Listen to me.
You need to stop listening.
It's
Okay.
that one guy. It's the guy, the old guy in the back. Oh, I'm like 2 days away from retirement.
Listen to me. We don't need to do this. Everyone's like, nope, we need to.
Crystal ball in it.
No. He's had too much to drink now.
So they're all ready to go. Like, they're picking up chairs and stuff. And the bartender's like, hold up, that's my livelihood, my chairs. Don't take them.
Yeah, don't tear this place up. Tear the warehouse up.
Do the warehouse!
I'll take 6 gold and put it on the bar top with the bartender. Like, you saw nothing.
All right, so now there's
You
this,
never
like,
saw us.
he's like, with this money, I can buy a whole new tavern if you want to tear it down.
There's a crystal ball in
You
it.
found it?
So you all now have basically like a 40-person like army.
I just lean over to him like, that went well.
Trying to hand out torches and start walking out the door.
Get your pitchforks, yeah.
Just little toothpicks. We're matching.
Is the little guy that they gave all the money to run away yet?
Oh no, he's in there, man.
Oh, he's leading that charge.
Hey guys, thanks for making it this far into the episode so far. While we're taking a little 15-minute break from playing Dungeons & Dragons, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our other episodes here on this podcast called Nerding Out. So we're a bunch of us people from the Basement People, and some guests along the way. We'll sit here and talk about pretty much anything nerdy. You can check out the episodes here or on YouTube. We'll be uploading those every Friday. We'll let your mob kind of start moving towards the warehouse, and then we'll get to these two over here while you all are traveling to the warehouse.
No, I'm not gonna have near as much fun as you did.
I don't know.
That
Your
was an
character.
example of how not to do things.
What?
So, have you changed into this elf on the walk there? Or
I'll do it at the place because
Okay.
walking through this town,
that's what I was going to ask. You were going to get some cat calls here.
cat calls I can deal with. It's
Mugged in the. Well, you do have a pretty 6'8" bodyguard.
that's true.
So
No, I'll wait.
People?
I'll wait until we're there.
Okay. So,
I have nice-ish clothes on, better than what it was before, and then just 2 swords. That's really what I got. And an AC of 11, so this would be fun.
so the nice
Don't
like
fight.
the nice one is called the Golden Lady. It is a franchise, so you actually will have these like, in other places.
The Gentleman's Club.
Yes.
My armor is 12, so I'm actually.
So, well, I have nothing but actual clothes on. I don't have like chainmail, so I
Yeah, I
can't put that
got you.
underneath.
Yeah.
I wanted to get chainmail, but
You're a dragon. You got your skills. So, you all make your way to the Golden Lady, and this one in particular, as far as the Golden Lady goes, is not as fancy as like others out there, but you can definitely tell like there's like a little bit of gold in places.
It's called the Golden Woman. It's not quite the lady.
Maiden. It's pretty fancy. It's probably the biggest building that you can see around the area. It's like white marble with a little bit of like gold intricacies and things here.
Okay.
On the top of the door is a lady that is like a golden lady that's kind of like laying down. But it's you can smell like the smells that are coming from the door. This is fancy. Okay. So you turn into your beautiful elven woman. Yes. And you are the bodyguard. So you all walk in and
Okay, before we walk in, I'm going to tell you, hang back a few feet. We don't want to scare off anyone.
All right. I'm still like, so I've been a bodyguard before in the military, so I don't like certain people getting too close.
Right.
But I won't scare
You know
them
how
off.
to bodyguard, though.
Yeah.
So.
you know how to bodyguard.
Two bodyguard. Ooh, we got the cool one. It's got like stuff in it.
Cool.
All right then. So, oh yay! So you all walk. Well, you walk in first, and then he follows.
Yeah.
Very soon after.
Bad luck.
This place,
She gave him a 13.
massive chandelier on the ceiling. The ceiling's pretty tall as it is. Like you could probably fit a 2 or 3 story building in this area. There is a second floor with rooms in it.
Okay.
By no means does this look like it's a brothel of any kind, though. Like it looks like it's a very well established like place that just like gives you food, gives you good food, and it has a huge assortment of barrels and stuff like that, like on the walls. You can tell that there are different drinks from all over the place, and
Not dirty tap water like we had.
no, they're not going to get food poisoning. So.
Oh.
Man, I'm going to be making some cons.
Have to roll con saves for the next 24 hours.
Did I give anything away? In the middle of your all
I want to make it clear I never said I drank any of it.
It's just me and the mouse.
And if you throw up, you're going to have to come like into the elephant form. So you're going to be in the middle of something. And
You're being a mouse too?
But like he'll turn into the elephant and throw up and then go back to mouse and be like, oh man, this is going to be awful here in a minute.
So,
See, I'm telling you, she makes gems every so often.
as I'm making my way over to the bar, I will kind of glance around the room and see if I see the face from the book.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, perception.
we're level 4, correct?
Yeah.
Right now? Okay. Making sure.
Bear with me, my tablet's at 5%, so I gotta...
This bard's pretty kicking at this bar.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty sweet bard tale right there.
That would be a 19 to perception.
Nice.
You have any pluses?
Yeah. Oh, that was with my +2.
Something you never
You got a lot of
seeing going
faces
down
on
Eastern
you,
Boulevard in
so
Clarksville
you
last-
see a pretty
yesterday.
good like view of everybody that's in the
What's
tavern.
funny is we were walking to the parade. We had to get
You
to
do
the
not
stadium
see
now, so
him.
we're going.
Do not
inside
see
of
him.
the
The
tavern.
parade hadn't started yet, and we're
But
going up Eastern
you got a
Boulevard
lot of
in
eyes on
Clarksville,
you.
and it's
Okay.
like people are probably like, "What
All right.
are these 3 idiots doing?"
I will sit at the bar
Okay.
and just kind of play with my hair and wait for
You should have
someone.
turned into a cat person.
Oh, God.
Just wait for someone to approach.
All the boys love the cat girls. No.
So were we at a table or like a bar?
Right.
At the bar.
She went to the bar. And so
Now I'll be a little
Sorry, I'm
laid
going to get
back.
this podcast canceled.
you've got the bartender there, he's dressed like real nice and whatnot. It's kind of like a uniform on. He comes up to you. He's like, "And what can I get for you, miss? Would you like a list?
Wine.
Would you like?
Pretty good.
It's about what you.
Would you like some elven wine? We do have your people's finest."
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's upgraded Left 4 Dead.
He goes and there's like a real nice fancy like bottle that he keeps over there and like pours that over there and it's like hands it to you and it's like, "Would you like to keep a tab open or would you just like to pay for this one?"
I'll pay for the wine.
That'll be 3 gold. Before you
We
even
started
get
a
out,
revolution with 3 gold.
you've got a gentleman that comes up and he gives him a platinum piece
Oh, wow.
and he kind of hands it over and he's like,
Dude, imagine
"Don't
what we
worry,
could do with
the
a
next
platinum.
few are on me." It's like, "I've got this one handled." He kind of looks over you and he's like, "I like to treat the newcomers here with a little bit of hospitability.
Hospitality.
That's a bit of bit."
What's that?
I was
I have
I
a
should know.
Sorry, I have
I'll,
a speech.
I'll say thank you, how chivalrous.
It's like, "Yes, well, that's what I'm known for around these here parts, milady.
Do you have a fedora?
No hats in this place."
He tips his head.
His pretend fedora.
I'm backing off.
right.
You can talk to me if you want.
No, I was going to say something out of character to you, but whatever, later.
So you're the master of extraction of information.
Yeah, which is not going to go well. So, might I ask your name, fair gentleman?
You can call me Reginald.
Reginald.
Of course.
I'm Siobhan.
Sir Reginald. It's like, "It is a pleasure to meet you, Siobhan." And he kind of like reaches for your hand to go and kiss it gently. It's like, "A lady should be well treated in these parts."
I'm very intently watching his hand, make sure there's no sleight of hand or anything going on.
I'll let him.
Question clarification. How far away is this bar from where we are?
Oh boy. It is on the
Like,
clear opposite side
I was
of
going
town.
to say, could we hear
Well, I was gonna say, are they gonna see the smoke
Could you
rising
hear the mob of
the
people?
shouting?
and the pitchforks and
How
matches?
barbaric. Oh
I'm
my.
like, wonder what that's about. And then just go into the...
Yeah.
Yes, with your toothpicks.
Just as a curiosity state.
Toothpicks and peanuts.
Yeah, apparently far enough I didn't really see anything until after the aftermath, and there's lots of fire.
Probably the explosion. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, this is probably good, like, if walking about 2.5 miles away from,
Okay.
like, the dock. It's,
Yeah.
So you're not going to hear the shouts.
Yeah, no. You might see the smoke in the sky.
I'm sure eventually.
Okay. Just trying to get.
So I'll
Reference
ask.
points.
So Reginald, what do you do?
It's like, "Oh, I'm a entrepreneur of sorts. I try to purchase buildings and let other people live out their dreams in these buildings. It's like I own a small little bakery down the ways, and of course I own a
She knows some of her Pokemon.
brewery and all sorts of different things here, and let them live their lives out."
Oh, how lovely! And I'll just take a sip of my wine.
It's like, "Yes, well, I love to watch people's dreams come true."
Like I said, nothing happened. Intently watching them.
He is not making. I don't think these rich people could do that if they wanted.
I'm just making sure it wasn't somebody that got in here.
If they did, yoink. Oops.
Accidentally blow.
I'm sorry, yoink! In a posh accent is gotta be the funniest. Yoink!
Oh, sorry.
Was that yours?
I shall acquire this.
I've come to town to make contact with a business acquaintance.
Oh, well,
Perhaps you know him?
I do know many business people in this town. What would this individual's name be?
I call him Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain. Dude, I heard he threw his brains out.
I know.
No, I already called the werewolf Jimothy. So. I'm looking to make contact with Colt Bane.
Oh, that
Bird.
old brutish man?
His warehouse is right over there.
Fire?
It appears that there is smoke coming from the building.
Someone call the fire department.
Entertaining.
Fireworks.
When he says that, I'll say, well, of course he's not quite of our standing.
It's like, no, that gentleman doesn't like to come out with the rest of us. He feels himself too good to be around us.
Shanky doesn't want to be with the commoners.
Even though I make more than him in an entire year. But to each their own, I suppose.
All right, Jeff Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos, you did it.
He's Dr. Evil, I'm telling you.
He really is.
so,
Is that the sound of the rocket ship?
Yeah.
so he kind of looks to you and yeah, right. He says, "So, what is it that you are needing of his?"
Well, my family is in much the same line of business as yours.
Oh, so you have beauty and brains, I see.
You're such a charmer.
Yes, quite.
That's somebody else sitting at the bar. Like,
It's like, oh my god, Reginald's at it again.
I was...
It's like watching Zach at the Irish accent.
Oh god,
Sorry.
I missed that place.
Well, if I...
Oh, so they're at the Irish exit. That's their bar.
Yes, yes, they are.
we're at the Irish.
No, they're the Rustic Frog.
Right?
Yeah, they're the Rustic
I need to
Frog.
take a shower.
It's like we're in a downtown Louisville kind of like
Bridget's
upscale.
been there
Yeah, yeah,
before, but there was a
big
wrestling
martial
show in
lounge.
the back area.
Well, if
They had some of the entertainment out, and Bridget's like, "Ooh," I'm like, "Those are the ones that they let out. Imagine the ones that are in there." It was an entertaining night.
not remember those.
if I
That's
won't...
the
If I won't find him here tonight, at least my time was not completely wasted.
No, he does not come around these here parts. He tends to have a drink at home by himself, where the finer company you will find in this building here, such as yourself.
Could you perhaps point me in the direction of his home so that I could pay him a visit tomorrow?
Kind of like scoffs a bit, and he's like, "Look for the plainest building in this town, and you'll find his home. While the rest of us like to show off that we know a thing or two of decor, his is the dull gray mansion. So he doesn't partake in the finer parts. It's very easy to spot."
Indubitably.
Indubitably.
So drob. It was so last year.
I thank you for that piece of information. Hopefully it will serve me well in my business dealings.
Is there anything else you would like to discuss?
I was really hoping you were going to say do.
Not you.
He is of a rich nature. He doesn't just do.
It has more letters.
I'll just say,
Each more.
well, I'm certainly enjoying the company. Perhaps you'll join me for another drink. And then, whatever.
Oh, absolutely. He has just paid the bartender for at least another, like...
That's the only thing I can think about with Reginald. That, like, robot on Futurama that has, like, little claw arms. So it's like, oh, yes, yes.
I don't know why. I'm just thinking of a Colonel Sanders right now for some reason. Reginald. Little guy, white mustache, beard. And everything.
I don't know. I just hear the name Reginald and think of Reginald Bill Johnson from
Yeah.
Family Matters.
I think it's Borderlands. Sir Reginald III.
Yep.
And whatever bottom.
And here comes Urkel. He just trips over. Did I do that?
He,
Urkel's going to
orders
be in
another
this
drink for you
warehouse
two.
fight.
Okay.
and the rest of the time that you are at that bar, he is like right there next to you, and he is talking to you. The more you talk to him, the more you realize he's not really talking to you, he's talking at you, and he is very much trying to talk himself up to you. You get the hint that he's very much thinking that you are of the same status as him, and that like you would make a perfect couple for money.
Okay.
So
Cool.
How you getting out of this?
I don't know.
Hey, that's how I used to play.
few like half
That
an hour or
doesn't cost
so
you
goes
quarters.
by, and you all have been talking for quite a while, and he was like, "Shall we move this somewhere else?"
You know, she's young. Sure, why not?
Here we go.
She's like, "I don't know what that
No, I
means."
wouldn't.
All right.
I wouldn't say sure. Why not? I would.
Indubitably.
I would enjoy that very much.
All right. So then he kind of like holds out his hand for you to gently come off of the.
I give you. I kind of just pull some out of my pocket. Leather sheath.
Gross. Gross.
I'm bodyguard.
So
I don't think that would work.
Hey, that's what they used to be way back then.
did they even do that?
Yeah.
Lambskin.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
It was supposed to be really thin.
the more you know on this podcast.
Reginald's like, that's too large.
This is
I need something much smaller.
slim.
They actually still make lambskin, but
Ooh, I'm good.
anyway.
Yep.
So it's like he kind of talks to the bartender, and they do have rooms, of course, here. Like, he kind of takes you. He pays for one of the finer ones. That's like a real nice place, and he's like orders a bottle of the wine that you all were drinking down there, and leads you up there. Now, what about you?
I mean, she's my client. I can't tell her what to do, so I just guard the door. Like, I'm a bodyguard. I can't interfere unless you say something.
Unless Reginald's into that.
So you're gonna let this go?
Reginald might be.
He is probably the worst thing that you have ever had a like a
That
night with.
fits.
The worst. Like a 3 is just 2 minutes and he's asleep.
okay. Cool. So
wait.
when he's asleep,
Hold on. Is he going to have to roll the STD check, too?
Alaric always did.
Yep.
But it's also because it was just with some.
Hey, you had the sheath on. You have advantage.
we did. He had to roll a medicine check.
Yeah. Alaric's
See if you
my
got a disease.
character from the 1st.
That's right. I couldn't remember.
I would say probably not in this instance.
Okay.
He's a very clean individual, but he is also
Darn.
dead
He
tired.
also was a virgin before
Wait,
this.
we probably had to roll one just walking into that bar because we might have stepped on a rusty nail or something.
That's what it was named, the Rusty Nail.
The rest of it, I like it. I like
He
it.
falls asleep.
The rusty amphibian, so we don't get sued.
I will get up and turn into Reginald
Okay.
and leave the room.
I'm intrigued now.
I mean, until you say something, I'll be like, I'll just watch him.
When I open the door, I'll like give you a sign that it's me.
You're going to see another Reginald in the bed. Like
Okay, real quick,
let me ask who had the fun.
I just got an image of Zap Brannigan.
So you just have like you just have like a top, but like no pants.
Yep.
And just boots.
I want to say there was a joke about Zap Brannigan being into himself at some point.
Oh, God.
There probably was.
Erotic.
So yeah, I'll turn into Reginald and leave the bar.
That would be perfect. Right
And of course you can follow me if you're ready.
Yep.
We'll leave the bar.
Okay. Where are you going to go?
I guess I'll start making my way back to the bookstore.
Okay.
Actually, how late is it now?
So by the time that you all got to your destinations, it's probably like right there at like dusk.
Okay.
So it's still a little bit light out, but it's turning night.
Can I retcon real quick?
Yeah.
Before we leave the bar, I'd like to buy a bottle of wine from the bartender.
Okay. Well, he did bring up a bottle of wine to the.
Okay, then I'll
There you
just
go.
swipe that bottle. And instead of heading back to the bookstore, I'm going to look for Colt Bane's house.
So you are.
revolution!
You
Break the
are
bottle and shank
I
somebody.
will say, how far away were we from the bookstore? That place.
not too far. Like his was like kind of in the middle of town.
Could we go get my armor and stuff? Because remember, I
If you want, we
Yeah.
can swing
I'll
by
switch
the
out.
bookstore to...
Okay. So round trip, it probably takes you about 20 minutes to get back to the bookstore and back to where, like, in the area where you were. You all are in the richier part of town, so, like, the mansions and stuff are very close by in that area. So about 10, 15 minutes of walking around and everything, you see that there are houses with some really
We had a
pretty,
teacher,
like, decorations and
forget
stuff
their
like
names,
that. They
at
all
their
look like
belt.
they're
It
nice
has
and
their
shiny.
letters.
In the midst of some of those, there is one house that just, like, it's there.
Okay.
It definitely
What are you
does not
singing?
look like the rest of them.
Okay.
There's no, like, you can tell there's maybe like a candle or two that are on. Think of like Scrooge.
Yeah.
That one is heavy.
So, nothing intricate on there. There's like one or two candles lit on the inside and things like that. Where everyone else has like the big fancy engineered lights, electricity and stuff. But there seems to be like no movement in the house.
Okay. Well, I will knock on the door.
Okay. The door opens and it is a fairly older gentleman
Okay.
You can have one.
who is real thin, wearing like a nice suit on, and he's like, "Yes, can I help you?"
So this is, I guess, the butler. So I'm still Reginald.
Yeah.
I've come to call upon your master.
And what will I tell my master you're here for?
Tell him Reginald has come to discuss a mutually beneficial business arrangement.
Right away, sir. It's like he's gone
Bye,
for a little
Jeeves.
bit.
I
He'll
was
like,
hoping Colt would answer the door and I'd be like, why the fuck would the 5 fingers say to the face?
Slap him with the bottle.
so like he lets you into the building. Minus the fact that it is the dullest looking building you've been in. You could tell that if someone were to just spruce up the place, it would actually be a really pretty mansion.
Like he spent all the money and there's just like a chair in a room.
So there's like the stairwell going up and everything like that. He goes up the stairs. Like a few minutes go by and you see this pretty thick man coming down the steps. He's a little rotund.
Thick with 2 C's.
Yes. Oh, yes.
the latter half. He got a dome.
He starts
Lost
coming
one leg in
down.
the war.
He looks at you and he's like, Reginald, what in the hell are you doing at my house this close to sleeping time?
I've brought you a bottle of wine.
Refers to it as sleeping.
To hell with,
An old person.
yes.
I do.
Hell with your bottle of wine. Get on with it and tell me what it is you want.
The whole town is abuzz with your new contract.
Real quick. Coming in, is the butler still in there? Did he leave the room?
Oh, the butler
Just-
just like went to go get him and that was it.
Okay, so it's just him in the room, as far as we know.
Yes.
Is the butler like Joffrey from Fresh Prince, where like he just makes snide remarks as he walks away?
Yes. And so your type of people would come in here in the middle of the night. Yes. So he kind of looks at you and he's like, what arrangement have you heard?
Nothing. That's the problem.
Ooh. Ooh. It's like, do not waste my time. Tell me what it is that you are thinking.
How far away is he from us?
I mean, like, he's still coming down the stairs.
So, but he was he.
He's
Okay.
probably got, like, one more small little flight before he's on the same level.
Is
as
he?
you are.
But after that point, are we yelling at each other 100 feet away or 10 feet away?
Like, a good 15.
I want to buy in as a partner.
I do not deal in partners because partners can get messy. Unless it is something that is too hard to pass up. Partners.
You know of my various holdings. What do I have that you want? Everything.
We shall discuss this further in my study. And he kind of leads you all into a study room where you all are given room to, I assume you're walking with her, where he gives you all room to sit while he gets to his desk. Back to you all.
Viva la revolution!
Just like calm, like classical music to literal screaming in a warehouse.
Drowning pool, let the bodies hit the floors playing.
Midnight Sonata. Drowning.
So this mob of people already know where they're going. So like they're making their way.
We're following them.
Like it's very close to where they are, of course. Like I said,
You get
it's
to go through the
blocks.
employee entrance.
Yeah.
So you see this warehouse.
Code's just loading.
For someone who is in charge of the like inspections and stuff of buildings, this thing looks like it's ready to like fall down at any moment.
It's an
Like,
OSHA nightmare.
yes, he has not put any actual money into keeping this place like up and running. And it is, like I said, right there on the docks. You do see this big wide open like door where ships and things can go in and grab things and things like that. But otherwise, it's just kind of like your normal warehouse deal. So on the outside, there's a bunch.
Daddy and the basement friends.
Oh, we've got an upgrade now.
That's all.
we got got a name for the group. Daddy and the basement friends.
We're no longer the professionals.
We're now the basement friends.
That would be a perfect name for the podcast, the
the
Basement
Basement
Friends.
Thanks, Maddie.
So there's a bunch of bigger doors and things like that where they can get like carriages and stuff in or other pieces of machinery out the door. These guys immediately go to like one of those bigger doors and just like throw open the doors and they're just like, ha! And for the actual warehouse, this is how it's built. So you all are going to be coming in like this way. So here's where the big door is.
You need a people.
The little people.
Oh boy.
Are you going to be staying as the mouse, or are you going to be?
Well, I'm not
depends.
there, so if you want to use mine for now,
No, that'll work.
since I'm not there.
I think we're good, Patrick.
No.
Yep. I need to get an actual Loxodon or Elephant Folk minis are very difficult to.
I go to Hero Forge, man.
They're not that.
Rachel wants to get one made.
I
for
even
me.
paid more for the. I did the same thing Patrick did. Pay for the actual coloring
Yeah,
and then just get the wash.
That's what I was going to do. Was get the coloring.
I did some touch up work.
No,
on that one.
actually,
I
like
did some-
Mike's looks really good.
I just used. I just did like 2 different kinds of wash. One for the clothing and one for the flush.
Yeah, I'd show you some of mine because I got 6 of them from there, but you can't see those people yet.
We can see Vale.
You can't see Vale. Vale looks like this. I'm gonna have to like zoom in on this, but so you all need to stop hugging. There you go.
Man, you got into this way too late. 65.
These guards or workers?
It's the mob.
You're the friend.
This is not the mob.
This is not the mob.
No,
These are people that are already like working there tonight.
it's the about. It's the about to be addition to the mob.
So, we're just going to have a few people with you all, and they're going to be just like on the outskirts here. So, they all start looking up at this angry sound that has just like burst through the doors. We'll do the colored ones for this. not you because you won't hug people. God dang
Zombies, pretty, for like poor workers, they're like,
Pretty much the same thing.
job.
Okay, now. So, inside of here, you see that there are a bunch of little, like, worker shop areas. Each little section has its own, like, pit of fire and all of that stuff that they work on and build things out of. There's a couple of guards right there in the door.
The last time we were in a forge with you, well, he was, well, good thing you're not here.
Destroyed entire realm.
Yeah.
Still getting experience points from that. So, inside this building, you've got a lot of people at the little, like, sections there of their own little workshops. You got 2 guards that are right there by the door in which this mob just, like, flung open. And with the sound of the loud noises and whatnot, the other guards that are in the other room kind of, like, turn their heads to the door. And you see this mob of people going, like, ah! Like, running into this building and, like, we hate it here! And, like, all the workers are kind of, like, confused at the beginning. They're just kind of like, what is going on? And
we hate it here.
She heard we ate the hair.
Well,
We probably did that too.
They've been drinking, so it may come out.
we hate the hair. So they start kind of looking at the mob of people. They do recognize them as the workers here. And they're just kind of like, what is going on right now? And then, like, the guards try to stop the mob from coming in the door.
When I see them trying to stop the mob, I'm going to hop off his shoulder and scurry in behind the guards. I'm going to turn into my full 8-foot, 400-pound elephant form and then go...
Oh boy.
So at this point, everybody, including the people that are in your mob, look up. They're like, ah!
I look at Cody and I'm like, oh, great, we gotta fight an elephant now?
That's the mouse. Here, watch this. Viva la revolution! Viva la...
Wait, it's more like, Viva la revolution!
There we go.
So he's on our side? Mm-hmm. All right.
So at this point, the guards kind of look up at this thing and they're just kind of like, ah!
I don't get paid enough for this.
All the people that were working, like, start to scatter at this point. They're just like, nope, don't want to.
Yep.
They take this opportunity to run. The mob tries to push forward. The guards are going straight, like, for the elephant because they're like, oh my god, like, what is this thing? So I need you to roll initiative.
This is going to be the Triangle Shirtwaist Factory. Don't worry, my initiative sucks.
I don't know if you can get worse than mine.
Well, maybe not. I have a 9.
Mine's worse.
15.
Stand by, my tablet's updating.
You said 15?
15.
Whoop. $18.
Yeah. So.
Like, as, like, it's like, so are the workers on our side, or?
We'll find out.
All right, so.
Shame.
At this point, Mike, it's your turn.
Load the
Shame. So who's actually the enemies here?
So the ones that are colored.
Oh, okay.
Zombies.
It's not very nice.
The ones that have paint on them.
I'll point at the closest one and go kapow.
Okay.
Which is gonna be
My actions here. Gotta relearn how to navigate this thing. Alright, I need a hit first. Hold on. 21 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
For 9 damage.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright, after Coden, it is going to be Zindril.
Okay, so that's a doorway.
Yes. With no door actually there. That has been pushed open by the mob.
Which one did you shoot?
The closest one to me right there. I think you get a flank on either one, can't you, since he's behind both of them?
But I would take the opportunity to attack because I can't do my fancy stuff until after I make a hit,
I gotcha.
and it's only on that one. That's what I'm gonna do. Attack. Oh crap. Okay, I'm gonna attack him.
See, man?
Yep.
Let's say I cannot see over my thing.
Yeah. Azim. 11. 17 hit?
He hits.
Seven damage. No, would disengage take both of them away, or would I still, or is it only disengage the one I'm in?
Disengage is just
For the one, so I'd still take an opportunity attack from one of them.
no. That's the disengage action.
Yeah.
Probably get it as a bonus action.
Well, I've got the cunning action, so
Yeah, bonus action.
okay. Man, just watch your head. And I am done.
Alright, Alex.
Hey, do we have another little little mini here? I
have plenty of minis over meow too.
got something.
I'm sure there is something rather large in there. For an elephant.
Oh, that'll work. Well enough.
Okay. Oh, did mommy show you some new numbers?
I am.
Watch yourself. Okay. Watch your head.
Cast.
Here, roll over here, Manny.
Got an update on your tablet?
Am
It's
I
like, what is going on? I'm about to see.
I cast Summon Beast.
Ooh.
You're tired? Why don't you go lay on the couch?
And I am choosing Land Beast.
Land shark.
And it's going to be like a. I don't know.
Where
I
you want it?
choose what it is, but. Pops up right there. I'm like, aid me, my friends. And then little Bobberton shows up.
Bobberton?
Bobberton. Then Bobberton makes an attack against the one that Patrick's on.
Okay.
Come on. Roll. Okay, 15.
To hit?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and
Just hits.
then he gets a 1d8.
I thought you said 28 as in the damage. It'd be like, ouch.
Darn, Bob.
No, that is a 12 piercing.
Same person as what they've been hitting?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Is that it for him?
That is it for Bobber and me.
All right. Now it's their turn. They're going to attack this Boverton creature. First two are going to roll. Well, that 4 is not going to hit. What about 17?
17 hits.
Okay. They're going to take their swords. They're going to try and slash at this thing. They have no idea what it is. And that lands on the ground for a 4.
You know, they need to have a better... I don't know if they're... So, is there a way on D&D Beyond to come up with a secondary stat block or something?
Make another character.
That's it?
Pretty much. Yeah, no, it's done.
All right. Okay, so you said a 4?
Yep.
All right. Okay, he's going to end up having to keep some extra paper or something nearby in the future to mark all that.
Okay.
Okay.
And the other two are going to move.
There's some pencils over there.
Okay. And they're going to attack you. One's a 12 and the other is a natural 20. And I'm going to assume, Mr. Elephant Man, the 12 does not hit.
12 does not hit the Elephant Man.
I'm a human being.
Yeah. That is a 10 for damage. That sword seems to have hit in just the right places and kind of did some damage. All right, so then it goes back up to Mike.
I'm gonna do the usual.
Okay, hold on. I need to roll a...
As soon as D&D Beyond decided to wake up. Alright, so we are going to shoot at it. 16 to hit.
That hits. Same person you've been attacking?
Mm-hmm. 6 damage.
It's looking pretty rough over there. And after Mike, it is Patrick.
Gonna dance over and stabby him.
Are you going to actually dance over?
I'm gonna and one basketball, do a spin move. 17.
That hits.
Piercing damage.
So the whole reason I was late is because I went home to get my tablet, and it did not even occur to me that I could just use my damn phone.
Yeah. The more you know.
It's actually an educational podcast.
Yeah. It's covered up by D&D, but it's actually education.
We learn about life.
Alex.
And revolutions.
Viva la revolution! I take it's a staff, but I kind of swing it at him.
Okay.
But a giant thorny growth comes out of the end of it and smacks him.
Is it Thorn Whip? Oh, okay. Let's see how this goes. See who's the master of the Thorn
Thorn
Whip.
Whip, yeah.
Every time he uses it, misses.
It's hit a couple times, but it's missed way more than it's hit.
Also, if you are attacking,
That's a nat 20.
I was about to say, you do get advantage if you're attacking the one that she was also attacking.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a nat 20.
Cool. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you do that, I'm like, that's how that works. I've never seen it work.
For 9 damage.
Oh my god, I realized something. If you can like grapple somebody like just with your trunk, you could just sit on them and crush them.
Practically.
Yeah.
And then I yell, I'm like, Barberton, finish him.
Fatality.
Fatality.
Barberton got a 15.
That hits.
Not a D100. I need a D8. 10.
On the one that she was attacking, or the one that's by your person? That's been hit a lot.
Yeah, the same one.
Okay. That one that is by your person is dead.
Turtle.
Okay. Then it goes to me. Alright, so the one where your Boverton is, those two are going to attack him.
Okay.
$14 and an 18.
They both hit.
$7 damage for that. And then the other two, or the one, is going to attack you, because he's there. 17.
17 hits.
Oh, snap.
4.
Yep.
Wouldn't Amber get to be able to roll?
Is this the Amber Warehouse?
Yes. These are all my
It
warehouses.
is quite yellowed.
It's the color of sap.
This is yellowish, amber color.
Yeah. It's the color of sap that comes from a tree. I am
Amber's
sticky.
the color of your energy.
Mike.
I didn't want to do it, but you know what? I guess I'm going to go ahead and summon my tiny cannon. They're going to have to eat it. But that's my turn.
Potato cannon.
Okay. Patrick.
Back around.
That's the battle music, by the way.
Oh, Maddie's singing it.
Yeah.
Wait, does that count as a crit now? I forgot I can do that. Alright. 25 hits.
Yes.
Forgot I can re-roll a damage dice if I wish. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that one. Because I took the Piercer feat, and you can re-roll 1 damage per turn. So 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 piercing damage.
He did. And at this point, you can hear the mob while you all are fighting off these guards. They're actually going around and just like tipping tables over and like doing all sorts of stuff here, like destroying the place. Any books and stuff that they had on the walls and stuff.
Not the books.
No.
Not the books. It's like everything is just like being toppled over. Some people are throwing it into the fire and stuff like that if they can. Like it's total mayhem around.
Probably a good
you
thing
all.
we're keeping him distracted then.
Alex.
I'm sure someone's going to.
There's gonna be an explosion at some point.
Barberton's going to attack this one here,
Okay.
right next to him.
But just saying we can keep him
Oh, what? Since I can see in that room, what are the workers doing, or if they joined in the mob?
The workers, they kind of scattered when they first saw that you were walking in, but a couple of them have noticed what the others are doing, and they're kind of like, "Yeah!"
I was gonna say, as it like, "Viva the revolution!"
No, they see some of their fellow employees like attacking and like tearing things up, so they're like, "Hey, when is the opportunity going to come again?"
Right.
And if anyone asks, they weren't there.
Never saw him. It was a shift change.
Spell attack modifier. Hit.
Nobody saw what happened.
So that is 8, 9, 10, 11. So Barberton only had a 12.
To hit?
To hit.
Does not hit.
Okay.
What is Barberton again?
A land beast.
It's a land beast, so he's like a dog. He just comes out, he's a dog.
Thank God you're not there.
That's what I said.
And then I do the same thing where I'm going to swing my stick at him, and a big thorny whip is going to come out of the end of it.
Okay.
It's only 14.
Does not hit.
Okay.
All right.
That's
the thorn whip I know.
That's the thorn whip I know.
Thorn whip I know and loathe.
Me. So they're both going to go after your little creature thing. Boverton. Yes. That one's cocked. No better. A 9 and a 7.
Those both miss.
Oddly enough, the 7 hits.
Mike, your turn. They failed.
Pow. So, first shot on the one close to me. 21.
Yes.
9 damage.
Are we doing the same one that we've been doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is he still up?
So close. So close.
13.
To hit?
Yep.
Nope.
That's it. I'm out.
Reload!
It's like he is like down on one knee, just like really struggling to move on here, but he's still up. And it goes to Patrick.
Which one's like half that?
If you succeed.
What?
If you succeed.
He has 1 HP left. I wish to just throw a knife at him.
You can see just how in pain he is. Like,
Come on, man. This might not work. It depends on what my modifier is. A 10 does not hit.
No, you.
He's wincing too much, and
You threw the knife, and it just so happened at that point in time he decided to kind of like drop down on the floor the rest of the way, like, I'm in pain.
Did it hit the worker?
No.
Darn. I was gonna be like, oh look, they're revolting. Get him.
Alex. Kill that one.
Boverton got a 18.
Are you attacking the one that's...
Oh yeah, the one that's like almost dead.
No, he is dead.
Oh,
if
no, I'm
Boberton
dead.
rolled an 18. No matter what you roll, he's dead.
Okay, well that's 7 for damage.
He's double dead.
Okay.
Double secret dead.
He has
So
7 times.
then the last one, I swing my stick at him.
Okay.
Oh damn! It rolled off the 11 onto the 9. It missed.
All right. This guy is going to hold out his hands and be like, I don't get paid enough to save this place. What do you want?
Join us!
Take us to the machine.
What machine?
I'll hold out one gun.
I go searching for a knife.
It's what you don't know is that like a worker tipped something over on it, like bolts and stuff.
It's on the floor behind him.
Well, by the way, Bobberton is like he's small, so he's almost more like a puppy than a
Terrier.
I like Step.
He's a small-sized animal.
Like Chihuahua.
No, I believe a Chihuahua would probably count as tiny.
Yeah, this would be like a
Pomeranian?
Yeah, it's like a Pomeranian.
I like Step over him.
A border collie running around eating people.
No, it would be more like Indy, because Indy swipes underneath the feet and takes him out.
It's true.
Poor
he does.
Hoosier.
He needs a demon.
So he is small creature.
It's like when I first met Indy, he would run from like the back of the kitchen in their old house all the way in and just like swipe Hoosier's feet out from under her, and she'd just go.
Oh, he still messes with her all the time. when you say Cocoa Puffs, it's your keyword for food. When she gets down to the bottom stuff, he just starts going whack, whack, like running into her.
Good God.
Using my body as a weapon.
That's what he does.
All right, so this guy was like, I don't know what they're building, but I can show you where it's done.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So, like, the rest of the mob is still just like tipping things over and just.
I'm like giving myself the good touch before we move on.
Just healing up a little bit.
Good touch.
So he's kind of leading you all around here. There is this small little storage room that's over here. There is a set of stairs that goes up to the second floor. I don't have a second floor to look
fine.
at, but it's the same kind of layout. The only difference is there is no walls in between. It is basically, this is where they put things together to like put it.
Then I turn back into a mouse.
Okay. It's like they're...
And then are you riding on Bobberton?
Yes. Now we'll ride on top of Bobberton.
Make a little saddle.
In the back
And
of
then
the room.
Bobberton's on Mike's shoulder?
No. Bobberton's too big to be on my shoulder.
So in the back of the room, there was like a lift that kind of goes from the first floor to the second floor for all the pieces and stuff. And Ambrosius.
Thank you. Thank you. I was like, I can't be the only one thinking it.
Nope. Oh, absolutely not. Every time I get a pet in like World of Warcraft, it always has to be Ambrosius. So then on the second floor, there were people up there that were building things, but they've kind of gone to the elevator and ready to like run from all of the sound and whatnot that has been made from there. They are all just looking at you all just like, what is going on? And the guard there in the front is just kind of like, whatever they do, this is where it is. Like, this is where they build it. I have no idea what they're building. That's their jobs. And they kind of like, they don't want no trouble. But it's like, I can't even begin to tell you what it is that they build.
I will have them tell me what they build.
So like I said, they are all like right there by the elevator shaft, which is like off to the right there for you and closer to you, Patrick, because since you're on a different side. But they're all just kind of like in that room, hovered by the elevator, basically.
Well, after I turned back into a mouse, I looked at you and went,
Inside of that room, there
Nobody,
is...
I just look at nobody would believe me.
There is a door that is in that room as well that goes that way.
But I don't see the machine out and about.
No, they've got bits and pieces that they're putting in crates and stuff like that. There is...
Like, is the guard still with us?
Yeah. He's just kind of showing you all around.
Need him?
Surprised it didn't run.
Be like, you never saw us run before we change our mind.
As a mouse. Oh.
I'm just saying.
I mean, he's just a guard. Sure, he might say stuff, but I mean, it doesn't matter now.
You don't like humans, right? You don't like humans?
it's not that I have something against humans. Humans have just treated me very poorly. I prefer animals over people.
I mean,
No problem. Back of the head.
one of those workers.
I'll have
are gonna
Bobberton bite him in the ankles, too.
Roll with advantage.
You just need a hit.
Yeah.
one of the workers are going to turn you guys in eventually. Just there's so many of them. One of them's going to be captured, tortured, or paid.
23.
Now the elevator people are
almost
gonna
got
run.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, all the elevator people are now screaming their heads off trying to get into the elevator to leave.
They're not getting in that elevator. Well, they might get in that elevator. Just might not. Make it slowly down to the first floor.
Are we the good guys, really?
You don't know what's
Okay,
happening.
all right.
know,
How
but man.
common are guns in this world?
Not very,
Hence why the guard just got popped.
yeah, it's a very rare occurrence. Like, engineering and stuff like that is just starting to get popular here. So, like, building machines and stuff is more common than weapons. Like that.
Are there any of those fire pits where we are?
They're all down on the first floor.
How many of these,
Elevator worker people?
are
There's
there?
like 4 of them there at night.
I mean, that's not why I see opportunity either. I'm gonna like check his pockets.
Nice word.
I'm gonna start checking his pockets and hope they notice. Like squeak, squeak.
It's on top of the body. Yeah, you can find like a couple of silver on him. That's really about it, though.
I'm like pushing them out of the pockets. Like
You all see these shiny things popping out of this now
I have.
dead person's pockets.
So I'm going to ask these little scared runners if they're going to tell me what they're building in here or not.
Scaredly, they tell you they have no idea what they've been told to build. They just go by the plans.
Where are the plans?
They were downstairs. I think they got burned.
No, in that room.
I'm going to check the lock.
It is absolutely locked.
Can I force the lock?
You can try. And they're going to scream at you the whole time. It's like, you can't go in there. That's the boss's room. What are you doing?
With
Wait.
sleight of hand
Wait.
for is it sleight of
Yeah,
hand?
it's not a hand.
here, hold on. I'm gonna,
Did the guard have a key?
The mouse goes up.
Oh,
and
what do you
touches
know? Guidance.
yeah, something just is like
Could the mouse slip under the door and unlock it?
Is a possibility.
I don't know. Can I squeeze?
You try, and it's pretty darn difficult that it doesn't quite snap. There are absolutely holes in these.
Okay, so I can like squeeze underneath.
Okay.
Okay.
I could always pick.
So when I look up, does it look like there's just like a locking thing where I can unlock it from the inside? All right.
And one on the door itself, like the little latch and stuff.
Then I'll turn back big, and I'm like, click, click.
And there's a big elephant there.
Before I go in there, I'm going to look at all those workers and go, you never saw anything.
No. Not
And
a
then
bit.
I point at the body.
What is it with you don't want to be seen? Like, you're going to get
The
seen
sound
eventually.
of a gun, which they have no idea what that sound is. They've never built anything like that. They've never seen anything like that. Like, they have no idea what you just pulled down. They're like, see what? I don't even know what I saw right
Boom tube.
now. Are you opening the door as the elephant?
Yes.
You hear the floor kind of creaking underneath you as you turn back, but then as soon as you open the door, those people that are by the elevator are just like, nope, we didn't see anything. They get on that elevator and they're like clicking the button like, didn't see anything. Nope.
Is it like those
closed door?
Is it like those Victorian elevators where it's just like a cage so
Yeah.
they can see through it? So they're like,
Yep.
just slowly going.
as they go down.
Leaning down inside the door.
They are terrified by this mouse that went under the door, came back, and there's just an elephant in the room.
It's like, how could anything get worse? And then the elephant opens it.
Bye.
Hello, children.
So, the room itself is actually probably the sturdiest room in that entire building. There is a fan in there that someone has built and created to run on its own and stuff, because it gets pretty hot in that building. Papers slung across the desk and everything. A couple of books here and there, some plans that are like setting out and stuff like that, but looks like an office room.
I want the plans. I want all the plans.
While he's going through them, I'm assuming there's probably an office chair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just sit in and just spin around.
So
And I put my
there's
feet up on the desk.
Oh wait, wait. Do you have what are you?
Fisher.
Yeah, but what is your race?
Human.
Okay, so you and I both don't see that well, and so I could cast light because I have the cantrip. I'm
Just
like,
sneeze.
I just ding at the end of my nose, and I'm like waving it around,
And then, like, my eyes have to adjust because I'm used to the dark. And it's like,
so that we can see better because we're looking for this stuff.
You should sneeze out the light.
Go ahead and roll perception with advantage to see what you see. With your elephant friend guiding your way.
You specialize.
Yes.
Unnatural 20.
There's all sorts of plans sitting out on the table. Some that are trying to build like new and fancier machines to get around town. Fancy mechanics that will make their lives easier at the forge and everything like that. There is one in particular that kind of looks like it's a wheel of sorts, and it looks like it's like got electricity and stuff like that has to be done to move it and things like that. It's a pretty weird looking
Tesla wheel.
Wheel of Fortune.
That's the only one that kind of stands out as different.
That one as an artificer, you see that one is a little bit more special than the rest of them.
well, I'm sitting at the desk.
Grab
Be
them
like
all
looking
anyways.
Yup.
for like buttons or anything. 14.
There's no buttons or anything, but as you're looking like through the stuff, you do see that there's kind of like a hidden compartment underneath one of the like drawers. Yeah. And it's got papers in there, and it has got a weird black looking crystal.
That's
There
how
is.
Eclipso gets you.
You can't see through that thing at all.
Wait, what is he looking at that you can't see through?
Black crystal.
The dark crystal. No. Yeah, it's like a little. My precious. It's a nice, like, smooth looking crystal. Like it's been like shaped, but it is like pitch black.
Even like shining a light on it. Just does it reflect, or does it just like absorb into it?
Yeah. You don't see anything. Nothing reflects off of it. It's like whatever it's near, it's just like nothing. So
Scoop that shit up.
Yeah.
there are also like I said, paperwork and stuff like that that's in there. Looks like notes and stuff that have been sent to them. Things like that.
All in my
Found this. You want it?
Yup.
Do you read the contents and tell them?
Well, we're not going to read it right now while we're in a burning building.
Some tells me something's about to explode before too long.
Okay.
We should probably go.
So you do take the notes and stuff like that with you. But other than that, it's just like a normal office room, which now you're starting to feel a little warm. And the smoke is starting to like get a little thick.
Is there a window in this room?
Oh yeah. They're doing some work down there on the first floor.
Is there a fire escape? Oh no, wait, this place is an ocean nightmare. They
Yeah,
don't believe
no.
in fire escapes.
This place is probably a few minutes from falling down. It's like in such bad shape.
Are there any haystacks outside of this window?
No.
Concrete?
Yes.
This is the second story? I mean, you won't.
I mean, there is also like
A drain pipe?
Mm.
there's water farther out, but like
Now I'm thinking of that scene from The Other Guys where The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson jump off the building aiming for the bushes, and clearly they're not going to make it.
How far away is the water?
You can just jump
I
to his pocket.
dismiss Bobberton, and I am recasting Summon Beast, and a seagull pops up. I turn back into a mouse, hop upon the seagull, and fly out the window.
Steven Seagal?
Or they're like, fuck?
Yes, his name is Steven.
Steven Seagull.
So you just watch your elephant mouse friend hop on an eagle that he just summoned.
And I'm like, see you all back at the bookstore.
Woo!
Well, this is a strange predicament.
I'm going out the window.
Yep, just jump.
Yep.
All right,
Jump.
roll.
Oh, wait, are we opening up the window? No, we're going to leave that.
We're just going.
I'm about to say
Damn.
nobody opened the window, so I mean that seagull just went.
I mean, do you think those windows are even intact?
Probably not.
It's like the window at the
I just assumed they'd be open. I think it was just a hole in the side.
There's a hole in the side of the building.
No, not in this office. But hey, there is an open window now. So,
All right.
dexterity, acrobatics, whatever.
Where is it?
21. And then I do the superhero landing.
and bust your knee.
17.
Okay. It's like you all jump over the window.
As it explodes, or does it like anticlimactically jump out and it hasn't exploded yet? And it just sits there?
You do the Joker thing, like
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Like I do this cool superhero pose, flip the hair up.
I'm just like standing there like, what are you doing?
It never actually
And nobody was around. Nobody saw it.
It never actually explodes, but it does start to fall down.
collapse. Okay.
I think it's time for us to get out of here.
And you see all of those workers that are like standing out by the docks just going, yeah! And they're just like,
Make like a tree and get out of here.
you might want to leave.
they are incredibly happy right now. They're like, let's go to the bar again.
Oh my god, we're coding like, did they not realize now they don't have a job?
Now let's just get out of here.
We just throw so much money at them. Y'all threw so much money at them.
So much money. The one dude is set for life. He's good to go. So, after tearing down a warehouse, you all heading back to the... Okay.
Briskly walking.
Okay.
They're race walking.
One of them flying.
Yeah, one is just having the time of his life.
Are we even anywhere near the sea?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it'd be
Yeah,
funny.
she said it was ships and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I figured maybe
Random
like,
seagull with no seed.
Well, I thought it was like channels and stuff like that, not
No,
like
Aurora is
inlet.
like right there
Okay,
next
because
to...
I thought it'd be hilarious. It's like, the seagull's just
I
flying
know.
with a mouse on it.
Hey, what are you talking about? We have seagulls here at the river.
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty much like.
Well, there was we saw a bald eagle on Painkiller,
I
and
wouldn't know.
it was like,
They're
what the hell?
going
I
towards.
was amazed at how many seagulls are in Buffalo. Just saying. They're everywhere.
Those are ice seagulls.
All right. So then,
I'm pretty sure they're just called assholes.
yeah.
Now, did they see the black crystal or whatever it is?
If you were looking, it's like he was...
He was going through the papers.
Yeah.
Tantor shine light on it to see.
Okay.
That's
yeah,
right.
I was curious.
Yes, he at least saw it. So you all are going to make your way back to the bookstore. You two.
Oh God.
So he's led you into basically a small little office that is built into his house, and he sits in this just plush leather seat. Like everything in this room is actually like pretty nice looking. It's the only room so far that you have seen like that he actually put some time into. And he sits down and he's like, "What is this proposal that you speak of?"
I wish you to cut me in on your business dealing with whoever your mysterious benefactor is.
I don't remember mentioning anything about a mysterious benefactor.
Well, clearly someone is paying you.
What do you want?
I told you I want I want a mutually beneficial business arrangement. I want to get in on the money.
Money, money,
What
money,
do
money,
you-
money.
The question is, what do you want?
I build machines. What is it that you can
My
provide?
factory is the greatest factory known to man.
It would survive anything, including a mutiny.
How big is the room?
It's probably a good like 12 by 15.
are there chairs in front? Like
Yeah,
he has a
yeah,
big
yeah,
chair?
he's got-
So I would be standing behind her, and she's sitting down. Or
Him.
well, him, Reginald now. That's right. So
Yeah.
okay.
You know I control the brewery and the bakery.
Let's just talk real quick too. I guess kind of retconning because we just kind of walked into this blindly.
What?
Did you have a? Would you have told me? Did you have a plan of any kind, or you
Not
just
really.
okay?
Does he seem like the kind of
No.
player that would have?
Shimon doesn't do playing.
Okay. All right. And when assessing this guy, does he seem at all dangerous or just a pudgy rich man?
He is he's intimidating in the sense that he like
It's gonna be the kingpin. Like you just think it's some fat dude, and then like he's
then
like,
he slams you into the wall.
Yeah.
it's like he's got some pull to him, but like
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
called
of
gravity.
a bunch of workers and
Physics.
stuff like that. Like they're all terrified of him, terrified to like talk against him. So like there's something to him.
Okay.
You know I control the brewery and the bakery. Your workers are nearly falling down for hunger and exhaustion. How much more productive could they be if I provide beer and bread at no cost to you?
Workers are meant for working. They don't need to be fed unless I tell them so.
But they will work harder and longer.
You think with human emotions. Engineering is all about what the machine can do.
And unless you intend to bring in Warforged, you're going to start losing workers.
Roll a...
Are Warforged out of? Are
Yeah, I could've just pulled that.
Well, I was gonna say, are Warforges common or?
Again, this is kind of like they build things like machines and stuff like that, so that would not be like...
Out of the question. I just didn't know if they're prevalent.
Do they exist in this?
They do.
Exist
They're
on this
in like the
continent?
first stages of
Okay.
tough stuff, but it's like not a very common thing.
They're not
So-
T1000.
Yeah, no.
Do you want persuasion? Or?
Yeah, let's do persuasion.
You're gonna be mad.
And you really think that a mere piece of bread and some booze will make them work harder than what my force of power can do?
Can
Booze has
I
been a
ask,
driving factor in history.
when I said something about the
Sam
Warforged,
Adams.
can I roll perception to see if he had any reaction to me mentioning them?
All the bees.
That's a nat 20. Would have been nice 5 seconds ago, but whatever.
You can tell that he is very familiar with like that did not.
I was more thinking like maybe he was planning to do that, and I would notice if.
For that, you can tell he has like no real emotions. Like he is a very non-emotional person. So
Okay.
like making humans work till they drop is not like above him type deal. So it would probably take him more time and money to build something that could work
Okay.
than
Okay.
throwing basic pennies to people who need money.
Okay.
So he is not moved by that.
All right.
What of some of your other buildings that you have could you bring to the table here?
You know my holdings. I have my fingers in a lot of businesses around town. What would help you?
There are a few buildings that I would wish to acquire for some more.
I was hoping to say, like, get rid of my old warehouse.
It's like, that's kind of a rundown place. I need a new one.
Done. No.
I've already done it. Don't worry. He says that
The demolition already started.
Insurance fraud.
there are a few things that I wish to work on, and if this goes well with my benefactors, I will need more room. Perhaps more workers.
definitely gonna need more.
Yeah.
If you can acquire some of those for me, then we will have a deal. Although, I would suggest you come at a better point in time than at night.
Certainly, I do not wish to offend. I believe this can be arranged.
Come back in the morning, and we shall discuss this.
Here's my thinking. Do we want to take him in? Because as soon as he sees what's happened in his warehouse, he's going to be suspicious of
But we
everything.
don't know
You all don't know that.
We don't know what
Oh, I know, but that's
you don't
true.
know what we did.
We don't know what he did. My real reason for coming here was to see him in person so I could know how tall his voice.
I still want to take him in and interrogate him, but I don't know if that's going to, one, succeed, two, even if we get him, where
It's
are we
gonna be
going
that interrogation from Horror of the Dragon Queen all over again.
Oh my god.
My question is going to be like, would we have a place to take him? I wouldn't want to take him to the library because that would give up their place.
Yeah, you can't take him back to there.
So, do we just let this go peacefully? I mean, I'm strong enough probably to take care of him to get him knocked out, but what do we do afterwards?
Until it's the Kingpin.
Yeah. But what do we do afterwards?
I mean, that's up to you, but I didn't have any intentions of fighting the guy.
So, pretend like, because my character doesn't know what happened at all. We don't have any intel at all.
Right.
Other than we just seen him. And
Yeah, no, like, it's weird. Like,
Yikes! I'm not even tall enough to hit it, but it scared the hell out of me.
like it's that weird, like,
I walked out and I was like, shit!
we'll put caution tape around it.
I don't have any intention of fighting this guy unless we absolutely
That's a
have.
weird thing
Yeah.
to have there.
Because the thing's the water, like, one of the water line things
yeah.
there.
that or air or something. All
The
right,
access pipe's, like, right in that closet.
Nah.
I guess I won't do anything then.
Okay. He kind of shoos you out and says, "We will talk closer to this in the morning. Be thinking of all of your properties and which you have."
Okay.
And then he ushers you out of the door.
Okay.
Move along.
Be gone.
Thought.
Be gone with you.
All right. So then do you all do anything after that?
I guess just start making my way back to the bookstore unless you...
I don't think so.
As you all are walking
Smell of
back to the
burning
bookstore,
wood.
You see a
Do
seagull.
you smell smoke?
you do see somebody like running through the streets kind of back to where you all were going or like coming from. And he looks like he is just like about to give the worst news to somebody.
What about that about?
Just little glow at the distance and you hear
Now,
that.
if he had busted in while we were there talking, then I was prepared to fight, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so
I
you,
was just going to take like some rope I had and just go around his neck and like choke him out.
dang, son.
Again, it's the Horde of the Dragon Queen interrogation all over
It
again.
never goes down.
Stop hitting me.
Please.
Why are you doing
Stop
that?
hitting
I don't
yourself.
know anything.
I was just trying to tell you all, like, it's not supposed to go down this way. Stop.
Yeah, but we were having too much fun beating on the horse.
That we really were.
All right, so then you all make it back to the bookstore, all of you.
Okay.
As soon as you all walk into the room, like, you all look fantastic. Like, are you going to stay as Sir Reginald? Or are you
No, I'll turn back. Just because Marcus doesn't know to look for Reginald.
So you all, like, smell pretty good from being in the nice little, like, tavern and all that stuff. You all, on the other hand, smell like smoke. And just,
Vomit.
like,
And bad
just
beer.
downright gross, honestly. It's a completely opposite world here. It's like when you get back, Marcus is like, where have you been?
About.
Around.
Well, I don't have a bath here, but I would highly suggest you go somewhere and do something, because
I'm a mouse mounted onto a seagull, and the seagull is like it's just walking around, strutting around.
it's like,
Steven Seagull, mother trucker.
Pull up the little mouse finding, rat finding video.
oh yeah, I will. But like by the time you all come back and he's just like sitting there at the table asking them like where they've been and everything, and just like it smells of smoke and vomit in here. It's like, oh, welcome back. Where have you all been?
Gathering intelligence.
Good to know. Good to know. What did you find?
Warehouse that may or may not be there anymore.
I'm gonna lean towards not being there.
Yeah.
Squeak.
So here's the story. We were walking, doing some intel, like you all were, and then apparently there was a riot at the warehouse.
I heard a bunch of "Viva la Revolution!" and people were just charging and burning down warehouse.
We went in there and tried to save some of the workers.
That's so weird.
No, we tried to be brave. We really did.
I'm so proud of you.
As the mouse tells a story.
And charades.
Like there's a candle, so like it like projects on, so like it's all big and stuff.
Do you not notice?
No, I'm just thinking, like, where's inside?
He asked you like they were burning warehouses. Like, did they happen to
Like
burn?
I don't know. They were talking about unsafe working conditions. And, like, we had to go in there and like save some people.
We did hear about a new organization to look at though called OSHA. Apparently, they're pretty dangerous.
Yeah, they went there and said, "Oh shit!"
Like we tried to save some like documents and stuff, but
So my character
and
kind of
people.
has to believe you, but he is still very suspicious. He knows better.
Oh, do you want me to roll deception?
I'll see.
I'm definitely
You're
helping you
being
with that.
insight.
And I just go.
I already kind of did.
You get blessed. You get blessed and advantage.
Thank you.
The smoke smell is just too much for Siobhan.
It was.
Yeah.
There were probably dangerous chemicals in there.
Probably.
Okay, don't forget your D4.
The mouse has been blessed.
No, it's not bless. It's guidance.
18.
16. I still am suspicious.
Yeah, you believe, but you're just kind of like, that just sounds weird.
Something sounds off. But not poor Siobhan. She's just like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, Marcus is like, oh, wow, I mean, what a coincidence you all were there to save them.
I know. I think we saved. I think some guards didn't make it out though. They were trying to pull people out, and they
And like pipes fell on them and like impaled them. And
bunch of explosions. Sound like small scale explosions. It was crazy. I mean,
like there was one guy. I swear his head just exploded.
it did.
That sounds terrible. I'm so sorry that you saw that.
It was rough. I'm gonna have nightmares for the rest of my days.
I need to turn in.
I need to go lay down.
I need to go lay down.
Yes, so absolutely. Like, we were able to make a room for you all here, so it may not be the softest beds, but you do have...
Hopefully whoever made those beds didn't make that warehouse.
I hope not. Is there gonna be a lot of cat fur in these beds? I think the mouse I think is allergic.
No.
Okay.
I mean, not that I know of.
Did you get a little bed for the mouse?
I can make one very quickly.
He likes matches.
This traumatic experience. Is there some place we could clean up?
I don't have anywhere to clean up here, but there should be a shop a couple doors down that does like barbershop stuff.
I don't need a haircut.
Need a bath.
Don't you have like that magic
Like a-
spell thing?
Oh, you mean that prestidigitation spell?
Sure, whatever.
Yeah.
You got that? Oh, thanks.
Much appreciated.
I'm sorry, that's one I haven't done.
Cleans.
Little small one.
So is
For the mouse.
is Vale the better wizardy person than you, or are you all on like the same level?
I would like to think that I'm the older sibling. I do know a little bit more about things, but I like to tinker with toys and magic and type of.
I'm pretty sure he likes toys too.
I don't know. He hasn't played with toys in a long time since we
you
were
know
children.
of.
You don't know your brother.
There's some other toys, you know what I'm saying?
He took to the magic. I took to the building of things. That doesn't mean I don't know my way around stuff.
Magic of the bedroom.
Yes, we absolutely have a bed for you and everything, so... I mean, we can go over your findings and everything tomorrow. It's been that tragic of a night.
Yes, I think that's a great plan.
All right, then good rest. And he shows you all the room that they've practically made inside of a storage room. There's some empty bottles and stuff for potions in there and things like that.
Word.
All right. So then, do you want something to drink? Yes, I do have something. I don't know if I have.
You don't have
something.
thumbs. You don't have opposable thumbs.
I have like little thimbles and things. Is that okay to put in, or you just? Oh, okay.
Needs like a beaker
Yeah.
with a straw.
Brings like a little cup out, and he's just like, "There you go, little buddy." And so he sends you off to your room where you are able to sleep. And I guess that's where we'll stop for the day, because it's almost 4.
Long rest button here.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode. Make sure to check us out every Tuesday for the newest episodes. And remember, for your GM's sake, please don't split the party.